into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Very good morning, you incredibly beautiful souls across the land. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Hump Day, it's Wednesday, it's downhill until the weekend, and we've got an incredible show for you this morning. We're going to kick it off with the one, the only Mr. Jimmy Nevis, who is going to be helping us take 2-minute showers this morning. An absolute champ, part of a great initiative here in the Mother City to help us all conserve water. Then on his journey to Dakar, David Thomas is here, enduro rider with grand plans of tackling the toughest enduro race in the world. We're going to catch up with him and his incredible adventure. Then we're going to go back to the beginning of that race and introduce you to a 9-year-old motocross champ. What were you doing when you were 9 years old? A super overachiever. And then maybe you don't have the time or the funding to spend every weekend at the track, but you're a parent who needs some fresh ideas for the holidays. Holiday stress is a real thing, so we're going to connect you to our expert panel this morning, give you some great ideas on how you can entertain your kids and also move past that holiday stress time. We want today to be plain sailing, and it really is going to be a lot of fun, so stick around. Let's get you prepped for the weather ahead.
Thank you, Graham, and a very good morning to you at home. Now, thunder showers are forecasted across Gauteng today with cloudy conditions along the coast and a chance of some rain in Cape Town. Now, Polokwane is starting off on 16 with a high of 27, Mbombela 17, 30, Pretoria 15 with a high of 27, Johannesburg 12 reaching a high of 25, Mahikeng thunder showers expected, a low of 14 with a high of 30, Klerksdorp 14 reaching a high of 30. Then in Kimberley, sunny conditions, a low of 15, a high of 33, Bloemfontein 12, 31, Richards Bay 20 with a high of 31, Pietermaritzburg 14 reaching a high of 28. Thunder showers expected in Durban, a low of 20 with a high of 25, Mthatha 10, 23, East London 15 with a high of 22. Partly cloudy conditions in Cradock today, a low of 10, a high of 29, Port Elizabeth 15, 21, George 12 reaching a high of 21, Sutherland 7 with a high of 19. Then in Cape Town, rain is expected with a low of 15, a high of 18, Worcester 12, 22, in Springbok today 9 reaching a high of 24, and sunny conditions in Uppington, a low of 14 with a high of 32 degrees Celsius can be expected. Well, that's where we leave your weather. Let's take a first look at your traffic, and we start off in Gauteng, Johannesburg. There's been an accident on the N12 eastbound, that's at the Elands interchange. 2 lanes are currently blocked, so please approach with caution. That's where we leave your traffic. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Efferflu C Immune Booster from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
And a very good morning from my side to you all on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at social media, what's trending, what people are saying so early in the morning. A little picture there of Zoe looking like she's very, very festive. And we want to know what you and your colleagues are getting up to for your year-end function, that much anticipated event of the year. Like everyone works towards that one thing. Well, let's see what you had to say. And Garth says, morning peeps. Our staff will be having a dinner at Spur, and then we have a party at work to give awards as well, which is pretty cool. Liam says we're going to drink, and drink. Just make sure you drive safely and arrive home safely as well. Rocky says, is that kiss for me, Zoe, lol? Dololo response, so clearly not. Innocent says, good morning, lovely people. Just keeping it simple with an overnight braai. Sounds good. Let us know what your plans are for your year-end function at work, and do make sure that you celebrate well, take in all of the challenges and the celebrations that are worthy of 2017, and arrive home safely, whatever you're doing.
So we're going to take the quickest of breaks. Please don't stray too far. When we return, we reconnect with Mr. David Thomas. I want to say Sir David Thomas because he's tackling such a cool adventure. It's the journey to Dakar 2018. We'll catch up on his progress.
And then 9-year-olds today are just being awesome. Listen, we're going to meet 9-year-old motocross champs, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
I woke up this morning at the top of a building in the city. The stars in the sky and the stars in your eyes look so pretty. Oh no. In each other's arms, spinning rhymes and writing songs. Can I get my mic up a bit more? Love that you give that tells me that that's perfect. I want your love. That's perfect, yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hope you didn't miss us too much, but don't worry, we're hanging out with you the entire morning. And on that note, that tune only means one thing. Time for us to find out what our local stars have been up to in Mzansiwood.
Yeah, and we're still celebrating with our Miss Universe, Demi Nell Peters, who's living her absolute best life right now. She's sharing every single bit of that journey. She took to Instagram to share several photos of her latest adventure, a trip to the Philippines. Yes, look at that. But it's not just fun and games for her. The reigning Miss Universe is also making time to take in the cultural sights of the country, as well as meet with some of the locals as well, executing her universal duties as they were.
Well, we'll be keeping tabs throughout her entire reign. So we'll follow each country that she goes to. She's taking us along.
Yeah, I hope she makes a turn at our studio.
She should.
She
should make a South African tour soon.
Absolutely.
Pretty soon.
And then in other very, very good news, it is official. Amalia Ace is off the market, ladies and gentlemen. The actress who got engaged to Sean Golding earlier on this year has tied the knot, and you can see her dressed in a regal gown. She looked every single bit the beauty that she is, as she and her longtime love were in a stunning ceremony somewhere among the mountains out there. So big congratulations to the newlyweds.
That is beautiful. I love the greenery, the forest look. Look, everything just looks amazing.
This is one of those unique locations where you feel like nobody will ever be able to capture it like that again. You know what I mean? You're not going to find a photo somewhere that looks like that.
That is a fantasy brought to reality. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations. Halala things of life.
Well, that was our local entertainment news for you this morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out what our international stars have been up to a little bit later.
So when it comes to singling out the world's toughest off-road race, well, there really is only one name in the game, and that is the Dakar Rally. Now, for the 2018 edition of the grueling rally, a few hundred brave, very brave, possibly insane riders will race across over 9,000 kilometers through South America's most dangerous landscapes. Joining us this morning is one daring and completely mad South African who will be taking on the challenge of the 2018 Dakar Rally. Welcome, David Thomas. I always want to say Sir David Thomas. You come with that much distinction. Great to connect with you again.
Thanks, Graham.
We connected with you a little while ago where this journey had first begun with some major hurdles being thrown your way. Just talk us through the last year of your life.
It's been a tough year. From Dakar with the broken leg and all the rehab and the physio, it's been a challenging year. And not being able to ride is probably the worst part.
Well, this is my biggest thing. Now the dream has finally arrived. The team is assembled. It starts on the 6th of January, you were saying. This is right around the corner. How much time have you actually spent on the bike?
I've only managed to get on the bike 2 months ago. So, yeah, the navigation is a big factor at Dakar. So to navigate through the dunes, and it becomes like second nature. So you need to do it a lot. And I haven't been doing much of it, but hopefully it comes back soon.
I've no doubt it will, and you've got a lifetime of experience that's going to come to bear. I mean, your enduro CV is insane and almost too long to list on the show. Just taking a look at this route and that kind of topography, that terrain. Ride us through the kind of terrain that you're going to encounter. When you talk about the dunes, how much sand work, dust work, how much terrain is going to be thrown at you?
So this year they're throwing 2 marathon stages to us for the first time ever. It is the 40th edition, so they said it's going to be exciting.
Let's pump it up, yeah.
Yeah, so the first time ever 2 marathon stages. That means no outside assistance from the crew for over 4,000 Ks. So I'll be changing my own tires and doing my own thing on my bike for 4,000 Ks, and then through the Peruvian desert this year for the first 7 days. So it's lots of sand this year, and sand is in my back garden here, so I'm looking forward to the sand.
Thank you, Atlantis. You've got a fantastic team, obviously, behind you at the moment, and you've had a bit of extra time to kind of prepare on that side. Physically, are you going to be able to stand up to the challenge ahead, man?
A year ago, I was speaking to you here in the studio, and I think I was a lot fitter than I am now. But I've given it my all. I was on the spin bike 2 months after the accident.
Yeah.
I'm still dripping blood and pedaling away, and the goal was always the goal was always to finish Dakar. So it wasn't my time last year, and hopefully this time it's the finish line. Yeah.
Speaking as a complete novice with this sort of thing, I would imagine so much of that battle is won in the head, and I have a feeling you've won that battle already. Looking at the confidence, how strong is the mental game going into this?
It's the mental is unbelievable. I mean, the 3 o'clock in the morning breakfast, get on the bike at 4. Get off the bike at 4 in the afternoon, get ready for the next day. It's just relentless. It just doesn't stop. So Dakar, you need determination, and you need to be focused.
We're seeing so many South Africans now kind of put their hand up. We've had some great champions, Neil, over the years, put their hands up. What is it about this race, and very quickly if you can wrap it, that makes it such a bucket list item for a rider or a driver?
For me, I mean, Dakar is always the final challenge, and it's been a dream, and people set themselves dreams, and my dream is always to finish Dakar. So this challenge is tough, but I've set the goals high, and I'm ready to do it for the country as well. For South Africa's support behind me is unbelievable.
I'm not going to jinx you this time. I'm going to say ride strong, ride safe, finish the race, my friend. We'll be watching you very closely.
Thank you very much.
At Journey to Dakar is where you can follow David's progress. All the best of luck,
Thanks
my brother.
Very much.
Enjoy it. The journey of a lifetime awaits. Make sure that you tune and follow his progress. We're going to get that bike with all its dents and dust on it once he has completed the journey safely in the 2018 Dakar. What a pleasure having David in studio.
Well, for most parents with kids in primary school, they're used to being on the sidelines supporting them during a hockey or a soccer tournament, a dance recital, or even a swimming gala. But for Neil van der Vyver's parents, they're also along the sidelines as he zips on a 50cc motocross across a dirt road as the country's reigning junior motocross champ.
At the age of only 8 years old, Neil van der Vyver won his very first national junior motocross title, undefeated in the 50cc Pro Class division. And he showed no signs of slowing down. And rightly so, because just a year later, he won that title once again. This young man is definitely someone to keep your eye on.
Remarkably, Neil's been riding motorcycles since he was just 3 years old and entered his first race at the age of 5. His love for two-wheelers comes from his dad, who is also his biggest supporter.
Neil, what an incredible year you've had. How does it feel standing here now, knowing that you've successfully defended both major titles?
Aan die begin van die jaar was my goal om alle iets te wen reg deur die jaar en ek het dit gedoen, so ek's baie opgewonde oor myself.
Bernard, you know what, as a dad, he might not say a lot, but he's definitely a firecracker out on the track. Where did it all start? How did you recognize that young Neil here had an incredible talent?
Well, one day a random guy came up to me at Zone 7. I was here with him and with his Pee-wee 50. And a random guy came to me and he asked me if he's racing, and I said no. And he said, well, I better get him a few lessons because he's got talent. So we got a trainer in.
Okay, so let's talk training. What does the training regime look like?
Yeah, well, we try and train at least once a week. Most of the times we try and get a second time in. Before a big national or big race, we'll squeeze in a third day, but it's difficult, you know. He's at school, he's got school sports, he plays rugby, cricket and tennis, and he loves his mountain bike. So when we get here, we focus a lot on skill, because skill is important in the sport.
Neil he's phenomenal. I'm trying to find a way to describe the way he rides, but you know what, as a motorbiker and a biker myself, I ride, but clearly not the way that he rides. And to see him at the age of 9 and the skill that he has and the level that he rides at is just phenomenal.
Neil's won 6 out of the 7 nationals held in South Africa, and he's also crowned African champion in 2016 at the Africa Motocross of Africa Nations.
Dean, you must be incredibly proud. As his coach, what is it about Neil that really just sets him apart from the rest? Because he's performing one race after the next.
There's a couple of things. One of the things is, firstly, that I picked up with Neil is his commitment. You know, for a young boy, he takes the sport seriously and he's very committed. A lot of the kids don't actually realize how serious they should take it for results. So he's got a lot of talent, his commitment's amazing. So I think he's got a bright future, and he's got to be managed, and he's been managed very well at the moment. So I think he can go very far. I very, very much believe he could go right to the top internationally.
Now, Vanna, with Neil having 2 national titles under his belt, where to from here? What does the future look like?
Well, it's difficult because he's still 9 years old. He's a little boy, and I've always said we'll take it year by year. He was on the 50 now, so it's 65s next year. It's a bigger bike, whole different setup. So we'll see. We'll see at the end of the year, end of next year how it went, and then we'll take it year for year.
Now, he might not say much, but Neil is a firecracker out on the racecourse, and he lets his performance do the talking, proving that he's worthy as our national junior motocross champion.
A little boy who loves big jumps on the dirt track, Neil van der Vyver is something of a motorcycle prodigy who definitely has his motocross competition career on a winning track.
What a champion. Now, it's the first week of the school holidays. Woosah, say it with me, parents, and you'll soon be joining your children for a much-needed time of relaxation and festivity. But I think for many parents, this time of the year brings about serious holiday stress, often resulting from an increased sense of family responsibility. So today, certified parenting coach Laura Markovitz now joins us in studio to unpack this issue, I'm going to call it. Welcome, Laura. We want to be carefree and enjoying connecting with our children over this time. You don't want to be getting stressed out, but the bottom line is you're carrying all of the baggage from the entire year. I can feel it myself, struggling to unpack everything, and now you've got to take on that added responsibility of being the complete minder of your child. Why do we get stressed out when it comes to our kids in the holiday season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it perfectly. You know, we want to be there in holiday times and relaxed and connected and engaged with our children, but we're exhausted. And then it's kind of, I think of the holiday time, it's a little bit like Facebook on steroids, because it's kind of like you're seeing pictures of happy families around the tree and kids playing and all. We don't see what's going on behind those pictures.
Exactly.
And so there's a lot of stress going on for parents. There's financial pressures that come with the end of the year. Parents are exhausted, as you say. And it really does come with a lot of responsibility to try and keep our kids entertained, keep them happy, and we kind of have this expectation of this happy bubble, when for the reality is often very different. Often there's a lot of loss that gets exacerbated. People really feel it during this time.
Yeah, it comes to bear, yeah.
For a lot of families who are separated or divorced, that sort of thing, really, we really feel it during this time. So it can bring up a lot of stress for people.
One thing I have learned, though, through this incredible journey, I get to do, as a new parent, get to do all of the parenting discussions, which I value so much. And there is an opportunity in connecting with your children, connecting as a family, that can maybe be the answer to all of the stress. What's the first step in managing this holiday stress?
Well, I think the first step is managing ourselves. You know, that's always it. It's kind of put the seatbelt on ourselves, get the oxygen mask first before we apply to our kids. So we've got to make sure that we're okay, that we are taking a little bit of time for ourselves. And I know that's often easier said than done, but it's building it in, even if it's getting up 15 minutes before our kids, just to breathe, just to have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee before we go into the mayhem. And then also learning to say no. So this time comes with a lot of expectation of visitors and meeting people and seeing family, and being able to sit back and prioritize what's important to us and our families, and then very diplomatically being able to field the invitations and the expectations. So I would say starting with us is key, and then I would move on to managing the kids. Yeah.
And then we can move on to managing the in-laws as well. No, we absolutely love it. It is a time to be joyous, and we want to be able to experience that. But I love the fact that you highlighted that we have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. We're going to get into some creative ways that we can occupy that time, stimulate ourselves, stimulate our kids in our next chat. But thank you so much for joining us this morning, Laura. It's awesome having you here. The answer is there. The finish line is almost there, guys. The key is starting with yourself. Don't get too stressed out approaching this holiday time. Just understand that it is going to be a stressful time, and don't judge yourself too harshly. We're going to continue this very interesting conversation a little bit later in the show.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, ahead of the Star Wars movie releasing this weekend, there's a new stormtrooper, and probably the cutest one. We'll bring you that in our What's Trending story.
All right, we'll check that out. And I know that fans have been waiting for this moment for a very long time indeed. And finally, we are making it possible for you to see Jimmy Nevis singing in the shower. Yes, he's going to take it off and then put it back on again. And then take it off and then put it back on again. And take it off.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
It is a wicked Wednesday morning as we welcome you back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3, and you've tuned in right on time for us to check out some of those interesting, funny and random things that we'd like to stumble across on social media and share with you to put a smile on your face. What we got this morning, guys?
This one is understandably trending this week, mainly because, of course, the latest installment in the Star Wars franchise, the Uber franchise, billions and billions made out of it, but it's finally reached a doggydom, okay?
Wow,
it looks like doggydom. The stormtroopers are
here.
and they are going to take no prisoners.
That is the coolest.
Sorry, there is nothing funnier than putting a Dutchman's in any outfit, but when he's got his laser, his taser. Dun, 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 I don't even. You don't even need to see the movie now.
That's insane. That is insane. I love it.
Well, listen, I don't know if I can beat that, but this is pretty cool as well. Medical students, or in fact, I should now call them student doctors from Wits Class 2017. They've released a little video to show that they're going to be the coolest doctors ever. So check it out.
When I walk into the ward, patients look at me. They see a doctor, sometimes surgeon, but I have no damn degree.
Pretty buff as well, eh?
Like, listen, you're putting in the hours.
Ain't afraid to Google. I know nothing at this moment.
The professor
The fact
just
that they got the prof involved, yeah, man.
Now you know it.
That is cool. Oh my word!
First of all, can we witness the fitness? How buff are these medical students?
Doctors, eh?
They're just those all-rounders that do everything.
I just can't imagine like having to bend over and you're about to get a jab and then the doctor's like,
But kudos to the prof who got involved there as well.
That's pretty
He did a little bit of a dab.
All right, so let us know which hashtags, stories or videos have caught your attention online this morning, and share your thoughts with us on our Facebook page and also on our Twitter platform using hashtag Expresso Show. But right now, it is time for some music. You ready for some music? Yes! Now, of course, with temperatures rising across the Western Cape, now more than ever, we need to work together to save water during the ongoing drought. And one way to do so is to cut down on your shower time to just 2 minutes or less. That is very, very possible. So to give you something to sing about during your shorter showers, Sanlam, in association with the City of Cape Town and Cape Town Tourism, have partnered with SA's favourite artists to cut down their top songs to just 2 minutes. And we've got one of our Expresso favourites right here to perform his 2-minute shower song, Daydream. Here is Jimmy Nevis.
Up this morning at the top of a building in the city. The stars in the sky, the stars in your eyes look so pretty. And in each other's arms, spinning rhymes and writing songs. I'm a yamba. That look that you give, that tells me that you're with the one you love. Last night was the best night of my life. Because I woke up next to you, no. And you took the time to do those little things, baby. Those little things that I you never do. Ooh, yeah. Take a moment, make it last for 1,000 suns. I'm lost in all of you, like no one else is in the room. You're the only one. Last night was the best night of my life, yeah. Because I woke up next to you. Oh no, you took the time to do those little things, baby. Those little things that you never do. No.
Jimmy Nevis on your feel-good breakfast show, the 2-minute shower song there, Daydream. Beautiful. Cool version, man.
Thank you.
Tell me about why you decided to become part of it. I know that this is a crisis that really does involve all of us as Cape Townians, people in the Western Cape, but to a larger extent South Africa as well, because water is a scarce resource. But why did you choose to be involved in the campaign?
Well, first and foremost, I thought it was such a creative way to bring about awareness.
Yeah.
I mean, as a creative and as a musician, this is a way that I can contribute and use my skills and my talent to not only get my fans involved, but also just get people involved in a fun way.
Yeah.
Something super creative and intelligent. And yeah, I think, we have to do our part. The crisis is something that affects us all directly, and therefore this is a way that we can all come together and use less water.
So what about when it comes to cutting down the song? I mean, as an artist, you know which parts are your favorites and, which are the best parts of a song. Yeah. How did you put together a 2-minute version of Daydream?
Ish, man. It was a bit tough for me.
Yeah.
Just because, I've considered myself like an R&B pop artist.
Yeah.
And here we were busy reworking this track and trying to bring the urgency because, you want to, you need to reach all the areas, In 2 minutes, you got to do a lot. So it was a bit tough, just from an artistic point of view. But in the end, I worked with Amin Harin on production as well, and some amazing people on this campaign. So we managed to do it, and it has a drum and bass feel, and it gives people enough time. 2 minutes is all you need to get.
It really is.
Everything sorted.
Yeah. Wait, do you have a routine that you got? Have you even danced to this song? I'm going to give you a quick version and you show us how you shout. Last night was the best night of my life. This is how you shout. Because I woke up next.
You have to do like
and then you got to get in there. Damn. All right, cool. Listen, we all need to do our part in saving water. This is a crisis that involves absolutely all of us in South Africa. Visit 2minuteshowersongs.co.za. Pick your favorite artist, download their song, stream it. Make sure that you shower for 2 minutes and, of course, involve the entire community. Tell your friends about it and join the movement. Let's all save water together. Jimmy Nevis, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let's take you around the world and South Africa in 2 minutes with your news headlines. The South African Revenue Service says that tax revenue collection has almost doubled in the past 10 years with over 1.1 trillion rand collected. Revenue Service released the Tax Statistics Bulletin for 2017 yesterday, where it revealed that collection had grown by over 74 billion rand year on year. VAT, or value-added tax, accounted for over 26% of that revenue, closely followed by corporate income tax, which recorded a steady decline over the past decade. Then the Department of Correctional Services says former Paralympic champion and convicted murderer Oscar Pistorius has been injured in a prison brawl over the use of a public phone. According to officials, the double amputee was left with a bruise after an altercation with another inmate on December the 6th. While an investigation has been launched into the assault, there are reports that fellow prisoners were angered by his rather lengthy telephone conversation leading to a fight. Then a little further afield, French President Emmanuel Macron is urging wealthy countries and global companies to commit more funds to combating global warming and help poorer nations deal with the impact of climate change. The French leader is hosting the One Planet Summit 2 years after nearly 200 governments agreed in Paris to end their heavy reliance on fossil fuels and limit further global warming. Macron wants to show that progress towards those hard-fought goals is being made after President Donald Trump said in June that he was taking the United States out of the pact. Then following on from that, according to renowned naturalist Sir David Attenborough, the wildlife in our seas is facing its greatest threat in human history as it struggles to survive against warming temperatures. Now, Attenborough made the warning in his TV series, which details the damage being wreaked in our seas around the globe by climate change, plastic pollution, overfishing, and even noise. And he adds that it's humanity's responsibility to care for the planet, its future, and all life on Earth. Well, that's where we leave our news. For now, let's get into those sporting headlines. Let's kick it off with football. Locally, there's midweek Premier Soccer League action to look forward to tonight as Mamelodi Sundowns tackle Maritzburg United in Pretoria. When the two met in the same fixture last season, Maritzburg held Sundowns to a 2-2 draw. That saw the Pretoria side fall out of the PSL race as Bidvest Wits won the title. Also in action tonight, we've got SuperSport United. They are up against Free State Stars. Staying with football, following their shock 1-0 loss to West Ham, Chelsea returned to winning ways last night as they pulled off a 3-1 Premier League big win over Huddersfield. Goals from Bakayoko, Wilayan and Pedro sealing the win to take the Blues level with Man United on the table with 35 points at the moment. Last night's other EPL fixtures, Crystal Palace, they beat Watford 2-1, while Burnley saw out a 1-0 win over Stoke. Then on to cricket. We're down to the final 4 teams in the Ram Slam T20 Challenge as the Titans and the Warriors get the semi-finals underway tonight. The Titans head into that game as the strongest competitors in the tournament so far. They finished top of the group with 6 wins in their 10 outings, while the Warriors, they saw out 4 wins. Tonight's match at Supersport Park in Centurion gets going at 6 o'clock. Go and support your lads. Then finally on to hockey. The Orange River Rafters were crowned champions of the Ladies Premier Hockey League last night thanks to a 3-2 penalty win over St. Lucia Lakers in Johannesburg. After a lengthy delay due to rain, the game was forced to go straight to a penalty shootout, which we didn't want to see, but we had to find a winner with the Rafters. They pulled off that sudden death win. While over in the men's final, the Maropeng Cavemen, they beat out the Drakensberg Dragons by 3-0 to successfully defend their PHL title. So congratulations all round. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take a look at your roads. They are quite busy in Johannesburg. There's been an accident on the N12 eastbound at the Elands interchange. 2 lanes are blocked, so please approach with caution. Then Nooit Gedag at Malibongwe Drive. There's also debris on the road near the Lion Park crossing, and that's due to earlier protest action, so please approach with caution. And then take note, in the Western Cape, the Cape Town, the Metro Rail trains on Cape Town Central Line, those have been suspended completely. That means no trains operating on the Khayelitsha, Kapteinsklip or Laverstown lines, and that's due to sustained vandalism and cable theft incidences. That's where we leave your roads for now, but let's take a look at your temperatures, and it seems like thunder showers are forecasted across Gauteng today with some rain expected in Cape Town. Taking a look at those temperatures, Polokwane starting off on 16, reaching a high of 27. Thunder showers in Mbombela with a low of 17, a high of 30. Pretoria 15, 27. Johannesburg 12, 25. Mahikeng 14, reaching a high of 30. Klerksdorp 14, 30. Kimberley 15, 33. Sunny conditions in Bloemfontein, a low of 12 with a high of 31. Partly cloudy conditions in Richards Bay, 20, 31. Pietermaritzburg 14, 28. Durban 20, 25. Rain expected in Mthatha, a low of 10, a high of 23. East London 15, 22. Cradock 10, 29. Partly cloudy conditions in Port Elizabeth, a low of 15, a high of 21. George 12, 21. Sutherland 7, 19. Cape Town rain expected with a low of 15, reaching a cool 18. Worcester 12, 22. Uppington, in fact Springbok 9, 24, and in Uppington a low of 14 with a high of 32 degrees Celsius can be expected. And that's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, thank you very much, Zoe. Now, if you're looking for an inspirational and motivated way to start your Wednesday, how about checking out hashtag Wednesday Wisdom on Twitter? Take a look at this one here from The Indian. It says, the biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand. We listen to reply. How true that is. Shyam here saying, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not a truth. Whoa, okay. Dropping bombs here. Summit says, every struggle you had in your life shaped you into the person you are today. Be thankful for the hard times. They can only make you stronger. How wise those words are indeed. Another one here saying, unless you can surround yourself with as many people or beautiful things as you can afford, I don't think life has very much meaning. Oh, happy birthday to Christopher Plummer. There we go, quote from him. Another one here saying, a negative mind will never give you a positive life. It's a very simple equation, negative, positive. Think about it. So hashtag Wednesday Wisdom is what we're all about right now. Also do share your wisdom with us on our social media platforms using hashtag Expresso Show.
So the BP Fuel My Festive campaign is in full swing, continuing to make dreams come true by awarding 21 Dream Holiday winners with 300,000 Avios points every week, and that's happening up until the 15th of December. Fast coming to a close, guys. Now, obviously, with this campaign, BP, Avios, and loot.co.za are also giving away some wonderful prizes right here on Expresso. And to get involved, what you've got to do is swipe your activated Avios card. Now, stress activated when you fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP, and then you're automatically entered into both competitions. We might just be giving you a call this morning.
That's right. Well, we have 7 boxes here that spell out the word Expresso, and each one will contain an amazing prize. And today's prizes, they include loads of Avios points. Plus, from Loot, we are also giving away a 15-kilogram Russell Hobbs ice maker worth over 3,000 Rand, just in time for the summer holidays.
We need that now,
also, a stylish Sune Page kitchen scale that will ensure weighing ingredients is effortless, and that's worth 569 Rand, as well as a Philips Advanced Digital Air Fryer worth 2,699 Rand. And I mean, these are just some of the fantastic prizes on loot.co.za, and you know, it's perfect for the perfect place for all your festive shopping destinations.
I even bought my Christmas tree on Loot, I just have to say. So, obviously, all of these prizes, Avios and more, are inside our envelopes that we have shuffled. So we are talking like Donald Trump now, shuffled, and we're going to just pop them into these boxes and wish you all the best of luck. But to get all of the information and terms and conditions, of course, as always, you can stop by our Expresso Show website, or as Trump would say, our Expresso Show.
What are you guys doing in there? It's so noisy. Anyway, stick around to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we come back, we take a look at some tech news. The strongest shoes ever made are apparently now here. We'll tell you more about that. And then also bring you news of Boreal, a production that is a stratospheric circus collaboration with the Zip Zap Circus. Stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back.
Clover Classic Custard and Clover Crush are hashtag way better together. Stand a chance of winning daily cash and airtime prizes or the grand prize of a Toyota RAV4 when you buy a 1 kilogram classic custard and a 1 litre crush together. To enter the competition, dial *120 *5676 hash and follow the prompts. You'll need the barcodes from both products and can enter as many times as you like. For the full competition, T's and C's, visit clover.co.za.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're live with Express on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Time to blow your minds with the latest on the tech front. What you got?
Absolutely. Well, hardcore running fanatics will be very excited to know that, yes, the strongest shoe ever made. A new type of running shoe that's made from graphene, which is apparently 2 times stronger than steel and more flexible than rubber. This kind of shoe is going to be hitting the market in 2018, and the shoe has been designed in collaboration between the University of Manchester and a British sportswear brand. Now, by adding graphene to the rubber used to manufacture the shoes, scientists were then able to improve the strength, the flexibility, and resistance to wear and tear by as much as 50%.
Are these like superhero shoes?
Look at this.
This is what you wear on as part of a superhero outfit.
Basically. Now, the shoes will retail for roughly 2,800 Rand, which, if you think about like the price of sneakers these days, is really not that much, especially when you think about the technology that goes into it and the fact that they'll last much longer than any shoe you have in your cupboard right now. You think 2,800 bucks is quite reasonable.
It just begs the question, are you buying your sneakers on trend, or are you buying your sneakers to wear them for 25
Well, I'm pretty sure
years?
like some of the major sneaker companies will incorporate this material into their sneakers. You know what I mean? What?
Oh man, graphene.
What?
You called
200
it, eh?
times more stronger than steel. That's insane.
And flexible. Something zen about that. So now, what's the matter with you? Let's talk about matter. There is a new form of matter, not a new matter discovered, but a new form of matter. So get this. I'm talking about, how cool is this name? Excitonium. Excitonium. They really pushed the boat out with that one. It's a strange and mysterious form of matter that has been first theorized more than 50 years ago, but now they've actually proven it in a laboratory. So let me try and break it down for you. It's rather heavy science, but how this kind of matter is formed. These particles are created when an electron escapes its bond and leaves a negative space behind it where it once was. So you've got a negative space there. The electron is elsewhere.
It's like it leaves another electron behind, kind of thing.
And it's just a negative space there. You know, we were talking about negative and positive mindsets earlier. Then that space then attracts the electron back to it, and then they start orbiting each other in a very excited fashion, and that is then known as an exciton. And that's basically how they were able to recreate this or prove this theory. And now that we've got excitonium, a new form of matter.
And what can you do with excitonium?
You just rock out, man. You just get excited.
It's excitonium.
That's the feeling you get at your office year-end party. That's what's going through your veins. Excitonium.
Like, chuck some excitonium in my glass. Brilliant stuff. That's the
latest news. Go and use that however you will. However you will.
Well, that's the latest news that we have out of the world of technology. Let us know which stories have caught your attention. Share them with us on our social media platforms using hashtag Expresso.
There are definitely some interesting things happening in the world of technology, but bringing things closer to home, whether you're using your grey water to water the garden or making sure you fix all of your leaking taps, every single drop counts. And the city of Cape Town, they've called on you and I to use our water sparingly and adhere to the level 5 water restrictions. And today's water warrior, Refillway from Rondebosch, has a few tips on how you too can save your city to avoid day zero.
My name is Refillway Gava and I live in Rondebosch. The City of Cape Town information that I started reading a couple of years ago about where we're going with all of this water wastage, it really scared me. There was a little bit of shame with the fact that I didn't actually know to what level, to what degree I need to be saving water at. And it feels really good now, you know, implementing just those small basic things. Like, you know, our shower head is over the bath, so we just plug the bath and we reuse that water for floors and in my plants around the house. And I do feel a little bit guilty about having all this green in the house, but, you know, living things are always great to have. Yeah. So for me, the water problem is not just about drinking the water. I'm most afraid of our quality of life as human beings in this city. We worry about material things, but we never think about our effect on nature. If you're not saving water, you really need to change your mindset. Yes, it's not easy, but you feel so amazing after doing it. You really do feel like you're affecting change, and then it becomes a way of life. It's really not that difficult. We can all do this.
Together we can avoid day zero. Visit capetown.gov.za/thinkwater for water-saving tips from the City of Cape Town.
Well, for more tips on how you can save water, visit the Water Warrior website. That is, visit capetown.gov/ well, it's in fact capetown.gov.za/thinkwater.
So if you're asking yourself what to do with that Jon Snow and Khaleesi Halloween outfit that you still have there sitting in your cupboard, please don't fear, as MCQP is near this weekend. The city of Cape Town is gearing up to host the best ever MCQP bash with a theme of Dungeons and Dragons. And the outfits are bigger and better and more awesome and splendid than ever. But it's not the theme that has everyone talking, it's the location. This year, it's the Castle of Good Hope that is going to be the stomping ground for the annual event, one of the highlights on anyone's calendar. Joining us to chat a bit more about this and what's going down, and more about the castle and some of the costume suggestions. We've got Candace Haynes and the rest of our team here. Guys, you look splendid this morning. Calvin, I mean, absolutely amazing. Tyron, where's your outfit, dude? What happened?
This is my outfit.
I just got caught on the door on the way out here. And please, you guys can all weigh in, but this really is exciting. Running for over a decade, how do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it exciting? How do you keep engaging?
Yeah, well, I think MCQP, the big thing about it is the fact that our venues change every year. So we look for different venues and the themes and I suppose the people that come. It's probably Cape Town's biggest costume party, or should I say South Africa's. So yeah, to keep it fresh, I think is the theme, the venue, and yeah, the people that put it together.
Because it needs a lot of help keeping it fresh. I mean, people don't, enthusiastically embrace it or anything like that. I mean, come on, it's the biggest, look at that, the biggest, coolest event on the calendar. Why the Castle of Good Hope?
I'm a great Games of Thrones fan. So if you look at the images and the props that they use in that film, there's no other venue in the country, or maybe in Southern Africa, that can, reciprocate that kind of theme. So we talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We have the dungeons, and they will bring the dragons on Saturday. To have the biggest party in the world. And there's Khaleesi now in the background. I see her. Yeah.
Tyron, I hate to say it, man, but yes, there's gladiator there, but there's also a slave vibe I'm picking up here, man.
But this could also go as warrior. I mean,
straight to the dungeons with you, but straight to the dungeons with you. Yeah. What is it about this event that keeps you coming back, keeps you embracing it
I
the
think,
way
like
you do?
Candace said, every year it's completely different. This year specifically, the theme for me is just mind-blowing. I think there's so many dressing up opportunities. Yeah. And they've got 8 dance floors this year, so the music's going to be insane. It's going to be an amazing party.
I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, okay? So the geeks are going to be coming out this year, my friends. The geeks are going to be coming out. Give us some ideas on how to approach your costumes. Like, where do you even start with the Dungeons and Dragons theme, do you think?
Look, Dungeons and Dragons, it's not just Game of Thrones. I mean, my personal favorite is The Never-Ending Story growing up. You know, that was probably one of my favorites ever. Yeah. Exactly. And then you can go into the more magical side of, how to train your dragon if you really wanted to. There's so many different ways. So many different characters. I think the best way to do is always obviously Google your characters, see what comes up.
Pinterest is there.
Yeah, look for something different. Like I know people that are coming, actually I know 4 girls that are coming dressed as parts of a dragon and they're walking together and it's going to look like one big dragon together. So I think the big thing about MCQP is that everyone gets to their houses, they get ready together, have a glass of champagne, they get together 3 weeks before they start making their outfits. So people make a really big effort for this.
Yeah, and I think the most important thing is a show of unity. We have an opportunity as not only as the mother city, but I think as a country now to really prove where our hearts and our minds are. And the world needs that message right now, I think, more than ever. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy it. You can dress up or you can dress down. It really is up to you. But you guys can get your tickets, an absolute steal. 380 Rand, doors opening at 8 p.m. on the 16th of December for the first time ever at the iconic Castle of Good Hope, and it's coming this Saturday. The theme is Dungeons and Dragons. Embrace it, embrace each other. This really is one of the best parties you will ever experience. 8 dance floors. You've got to get there.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to a party dressed as Khal Drogo. Might be my opportunity to do so right now. Anyway, stick around when we come back from the ad break where you take a look at that production I was telling you about, Boreal, that stratospheric collaboration with the Zip Zap Circus.
And the holidays are around the corner. Maybe you want to indulge in a book. Well, we'll bring you all of the best reading materials after the break.
What's your dream holiday? The call of the wild or the bright lights of a big city? Make it a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. And you could win one of 21 holidays every week from the 2nd of October until the 15th of December. Simply visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card. Get your Avios card for free at BP. Activate the card and swipe to enter the greatest festive season competition. Hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. I gotta let you know, it's an awkward moment that just happened now. Zoe tried to sing Santa Claus is coming to town. She goes, Santa is coming for us. Wow, please. No, let's not start our festive season off like that. But anyway, right now it's time for all of our entertainment fundies out there whose knowledge is on point, because we're about to play a game of emoji charades where we test your skills out. So is it a movie, is it a TV show, is it a song? How many words are in the title? Let's have a go. Take a look at our emojis. Whoa, okay, that's a lot.
It's a busy one.
That's a lot.
It's a busy one, but don't worry, we've got a few clues to help you out. It's an Australian singer and songwriter. It's from the new holiday LP, Every Day is Christmas. And the song's music video is celebrity-packed, like a Christmas Day party. And the track shares the joys and fun that Christmas time brings to people's lives.
So 4 words in it.
Australian singer, songwriter, very successful.
Gotta be honest, I don't know very many Australian singers.
You'll be surprised this person's Australian.
Okay, all right. Well, there it is. Link up with us on our social media platforms. Let us know on Facebook and on Twitter by using our hashtag Expresso Show. And then let us know if you can guess our emoji charades game. And no, it's not Zoe's version of Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming for us. What was that? What was that? But anyway, there's loads of excitement right now, especially if you're looking to have fun with the family and check out a cool production during the holiday season. And Graham has those details for us right now.
So for many of us out there, we just can't wait to go on holiday. Please let it come. And we want to settle down with a good book. Finally, we'll have time to do it. But what to choose? Now, we're joined by the son of a proclaimed book addict and blogger. I'm talking about Cole Lee Stewart DeLange, and her son Fisher is here. Fish, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, and you?
Very good. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for bringing me presents, man. We always love that, man. We always love that. So why do you love reading so much? Why do you want to sink your teeth into a good book?
Well, because books are fun to read and they're just quick.
They're just quick. Not for all of us, my brother. Not for all of us.
No.
And we're going to get your mom in here. She's going to sneak in. Welcome to it, Carl. Great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for the work that you do in spreading the love of reading. We live in such a crazy, fast-paced life at the moment. It's so good to be able to slam on the brakes. What is it about the joy of reading that you've been able to foster in young Fisher? What is it about reading that makes you so excited?
I started reading when I was really young. And this one, I only recently started reading, so it was a bit weird that we went from someone who's been reading since I was like 3 to he's 8 now. But now he's finally found his love for books. And I think the nice thing is that kids get so stuck on, YouTube and the internet.
It's a digital era, yeah.
And they're watching other people's imaginations. They're not really forming their own pictures. Yes, reading is also someone else's imagination, but you're not sitting watching it.
Completely, and these memories stay with you. When I think of the first time I read, for instance, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, I mean, that helped to define me. So now we've got some awesome little collections of books here, all available at Loot. And I love this old favorite now in a toy gift set, just 189 Rand, a saving of 61 Rand. But you brought some really cool stuff here. Can you take us through some of the cool things that you can get hold of on Loot?
Okay, so this is one of our favorites.
The Gruffalo.
Yeah. The Gruffalo. Do you want to tell what it's about?
Yeah.
Quickly. What's it about?
Okay. There's a mouse that thinks he's the king.
Okay.
Because he's the strongest. But then the mouse finds a Gruffalo.
Ooh, and I'm guessing the Gruffalo is the strongest.
He pretends he's the strongest.
Yes.
And it comes with an added bonus of your very own Gruffalo.
Which I've had for a very long time.
Oh, very cool. Okay, then what else have you got for us here?
We have, I don't know if you know Philip Pullman. He did the Goldie Compass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll fix it.
The My Dark Instruments. And he's got his new trilogy is coming out. So it's really cool. It's before Lyra, her story. And it's sort of the origin of dust.
Oh, man. And this, I would imagine, is open to a wide cross-section. Younger readers can get into that as well, yeah?
Yeah. I think there's a bit much writing for his age, you know, it would be something that mom would read to him, but it's one of those that everyone can enjoy.
I love that. Then what about for the adults? Have you got something we can sink our teeth into?
I have Origin, the new Dan Brown. It's one of those I can't really tell you too much about it. Ooh, we have Turtles All the Way Down. John Green is the kind of person that you either love his books or you don't. And Turtles All the Way Down is based on a girl with OCD who has a tic. And it's really great. I have heard some people find her a little bit, they can't relate. But I think if you have any sort of...
Yeah, someone with that tic, someone in that position would really relate. I love that. Then we move on to some of our favourite kids' books. I'm so glad that Asterix is back in the mix, man.
I used to steal my mum's when I was little, and I found this one stealing mine recently.
I used to steal my aunt's. It's fair game. Absolutely love that. The Bad Dad looks great. And another in the series, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So take us through, what is Bad Dad all about?
I haven't read it yet.
There's an opportunity, a holiday opportunity.
We're going to go and read it when we get home.
I love that. Just for 149 Rand on loot.co.za, that really is a steal when you look at the prices of books on the shelves. Really, really cool. I mentioned Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That is a stellar series.
This one's read it. Mom didn't even know.
No, I watched it on YouTube.
That's all right.
She's not supposed to say things like that.
That's kind of cheating. And then we move back into our adults fold here. Wilbur Smith just keeps pumping out the bestsellers, something new from him.
I don't know how he writes so fast. I have books and books of him on the bookshelf. I used to steal my dad's ones. You can see my parents loved reading. And I have the new one on the shelf. I just have yet to read it.
The Tiger's Prey is available there as well. And then John Grisham, there we see a beautiful cover there. It's unbelievable how he has stayed pertinent. He always seems to capture like the psyche of where the world is at the moment.
He hasn't fallen away.
Absolutely brilliant. Available for just 199 Rand. That is a silly price on loot.co.za. And then we move on to John Grisham. Again, another artist in his genre. He is able to create incredible narratives there. The Rooster Bar, have you had a chance to get into that?
No, but I've got David Baldacci, and that's a really good one.
Endgame. We've also got the latest from Jeffrey Archer. Some big names coming out in the festive season, yeah?
Oh, it's almost like they've kept them until now, and then everyone's on holiday, and they can go and get a good book to read instead of...
Absolutely love that. Well, I would suggest that you go and take a look at some of the prices of these books on a shelf in your nearest bookstore and just see how cheap they are on Loot. So that's our book list sorted for the festive season. Head to loot.co.za for the great deals that you can save up to 35% off this summer's hottest reads. Perfect for you, your child, in fact, the whole family's festive season shopping.
Well, here it is. If you're looking for something fun to do with the entire family this coming festive season, then why not head on to the Zip Zap Circus, because they're collaborating with the High Commission of Canada to present Boreal at the Zip Zap Dome for just 2 shows only coming up this weekend. And it is a fantastic show not to be missed that features performers from all across the globe, and they'll be showcasing their skills with great lighting, sound, and a massive production. And we're about to find out about it just before we see a little teaser of what you can expect from Boreal with Louis and Sam. But first, Claudel is here joining us to tell us about the production that's now come all the way from afar to entertain us here in South Africa. And you are the choreographer. So tell me more about how you make this production translate wherever you've performed it all around the world, the concept behind it, Boreal.
Yeah, so it's actually created especially for Cape Town and for those 2 events that are going to happen this weekend.
Yeah.
It's really about the meeting of the Canadian artists that we brought, and me that we brought from Canada, and the South African artists from Zip Zap.
Yeah.
And it's a celebration of Canada 150. It's the 150th birthday of Canada this year. So,
happy birthday, Canada! Go Canada!
So we tried to create something that was a celebration of a lot of the features of Canada.
Yes.
And also really make it about the meeting of this and the South African artists here. So it's a meeting of culture, and it's a pleasure. We're having so much fun in rehearsal, discovering each other's tradition, and of course it's a bit silly for us to come all the way here and to try to talk about like our really cold climate and our history that maybe nobody knows about here. But so we're trying to create a snowstorm in the big top right now, and try to evoke a lot of the very Canadian things. So like the Canadian dances and the Canadian singing and all these kind of stuff. Yeah.
When you talk about discovering the different traditions, right, of each country.
Yeah.
what have you learned about the traditions of South Africa that were interesting to you, and what might people learn about Canadian things?
Well, I think one of the scene where we have a lot of fun is we're mixing pansula dancing.
Oh yeah?
And
Are you guys learning to?
Yeah. Yes, they are. I watch and So, and we're mixing the pansula dance and the square dancing, the set carré that we have in our tradition. So, which is much more from the kind of Irish tradition. So much more kind of like dancing in circle and stuff.
Yes.
So this is definitely one thing that we can say that we've learned, and we're mixing the South African like rhythm percussion with some of the answering song that we have in Quebec. So it's a concept where the singer, there's a caller, we call it, so he sings and then we repeat and then we sing and then repeat. And there's a rhythm that we do in Quebec that is like foot tapping from a chair, and we play with spoons as well.
Okay, all right.
So
okay, listen, I'm going to take the mic away from you, Sam, because I'm going to give you the stage. It's all yours for you to give us a bit of a demonstration of what we can expect from Boreal. Let's step back, Claudel. Gentlemen, the stage is yours. Oh. Wow. Yes, lovely. That's amazing strength. Oh yeah, a round of applause, guys, a round of applause. Woo! Come on back in here, Claudia. And then afterwards, you know what's going to happen in that movement? And you're going to hear, oh, monye, pesco, monye, oh, monye, pes, and then you can break it down. Guys, how difficult is it for you guys to put all of this together? I mean, obviously an amazing show of strength in what you've just displayed.
Well, it takes a lot of years of practice for one.
Yeah.
Like, we went to school back in Montreal, and we trained for 3 years together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I mean, the training, not only the training is important, but the relationship in between us, it takes a lot of trust and a lot of timing well together, so it's... And we're developing that as well with the whole cast of the show, so it's nice to be able to build that in the show as well.
Beautiful stuff, guys. Well, thank you very much for bringing us a taste of Boreal. Thank you so much, Claudel. And you, of course, can go check out the show, a stratospheric circus collaboration called Boreal. Tickets will run you at 100 Rand a piece, and the show kicks off on Saturday at 7 p.m. in the evening. Check out details online. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your stay in South Africa.
Thank you.
Fantastic stuff.
So if you're a competitive table tennis player like everyone on the set, then this is undoubtedly for you as we continue with the Sportsman's Warehouse Slam Jam Tournament. Right here on Expresso, where local celebs, musicians and our guests have been trying to ace the competition in order to make it to the top of this illustrious leaderboard. And of course, the guest who accumulates the most points will take home this unbelievably awesome done-run indoor table tennis table and of course the bragging rights. And of course, you at home also stand a chance of winning your very own done-run table tennis table with Tyrone. Okay, he's been doing push-ups in preparation. Buddy, if you thought MCQP was going to be a tough competition for the outfits, this is where it really comes down. Cool. It comes to bear. So you've got 5 balls there. You've got to accumulate as many points by serving, so which means it's got to bounce once on this side and then into our scoring areas over here. Okay. Cool. I have a feeling, dude, I can see the tiger's eye. Okay? It's not just the tiger's claw around your neck, but you can see Ryan Wallace, 12,500 points representing the sports pundits. It's going to be tough, dude. Cool. Are you up for it?
Let's give it a go.
All
yeah,
right.
let's do it.
3, 2, 1, take it away. Boom, 2,500 straight off the bats.
Near one of those 5,000s over there.
Okay, we've got 3,000. That's strong. Oh, 3,100. Come on, buddy. 3,200.
Okay. Let's go for that 3,000.
You got to go big, man. You got to go big.
Ah, too big.
Too big, man. Too big. Is that your 5
That's all my balls.
That's not too bad, my friend. Not too bad at all. The pressure is on 3,200. So we'll put you kind of, it's the lower scale of our leaderboard, but you stepped up, brother.
In a while.
You stepped up, my friend. Thank you so
Try.
much for taking part.
Cool, thank you.
And enjoy MCQP, of course, happening at the Castle of Good Hope this weekend. But you guys at home, remember, you have the chance of winning your very own Dun Run indoor table tennis table. It really is cool. All you have to do is sign up for a Sportsman's Rewards card today. It's going to be worth your while, and then you're going to automatically be entered into the lucky draw, and you can go then to the Expresso Facebook page for all of our details. The terms and conditions are also available on expressoshow.com.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, our gift giving. I have a little something for you, Kat.
Really?
I hope you have something for me too.
Oh, yes, I do. And it's a surprise.
Okay, well, we'll reveal that after the break.
And if you thought that we were only getting Jimmy Davis to sing his 2-minute shower song, well, you're so wrong, because he's not just here to do that. He's going to sing some more for us right after the break. Where's that surprise I was looking for? Okay.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso, and time for us to find out what our international stars have been up to.
Yeah, and good news all around. Now, The Rock may be known as a tough guy in most of his films, but he's actually quite a sweet and tender guy, you know, inside in his heart, you know. Not unless you look at Instagram with Kevin Hart. But anyway, he did take to Instagram to share this adorable photo of his daughter, Jasmine Leah.
Isn't she just beautiful?
Absolutely gorgeous. But there he announced that she is going to be an older sister, which is great news because this marks the second child for Dwayne with his girlfriend, Lauren Hashian, who looked gorgeous as they stepped out on their very first red carpet outing since announcing the news. And the couple are expecting another little girl. And if Jasmine Leah is anything to go by, the little sister is also going to be super, super cute.
The Rock is expecting another little pibble.
That'll never get old. It'll never get old. But anyway, on to other news. There's a new couple alert. Well, at least that's if rumors or reports are true. Apparently, Coldplay frontman Chris Martin and 50 Shades of Grey actress Dakota Johnson are dating. Now, not only that, but according to reports, the pair vacationed in Israel last month, citing this blurry photo as proof. I'm not quite sure whether you can say that.
That could be anyone. That could be her, but that could be anyone.
Okay, so we don't know yet. But anyway, this isn't the first time that they've been linked together. Last month, Dakota was spotted supporting Chris at a Coldplay concert as well. So, I mean, look, if you're getting passes to the sound desk at a Coldplay show, you've got to have some kind of special status.
But I would never have pictured the two of them together.
Who knows? Maybe he's got that... You know what I mean. Well, anyway, we haven't gotten official romance confirmation yet, but you know, as in Hollywood, when things are rumors, they often tend to be true, right?
Most likely.
Could you imagine? Hey, Chris Martin, was a cold and dark December.
That's enough.
From the rooftops I remember.
Well, that was our international entertainment news for you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Black snow.
The moment has finally arrived. Star Wars fans, myself included, have been waiting months. It's finally here. The Skywalker saga continues with Star Wars, The Last Jedi. And guess what? It's just in time for the second anniversary of 4DX here in South Africa. In the latest installment of the multi-billion-dollar franchise, the heroes of The Force Awakens now join the galactic legends in an epic adventure. And you get to experience this highly anticipated blockbuster in new Metro's unparalleled 4DX cinemas, a cinema experience with high-tech motion seats and special environmental effects. And it's happening at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town, the Pavilion in Durbs, the Cornubia Mall in Umhlanga, Menlyn Park in Pretoria, and then Hyde Park and Emperor's Palace in Jersey. Now, to stand a chance of winning double tickets to see Star Wars The Last Jedi in 4DX, you have to SMS the keyword Jedi plus your name and city to 40675. And remember, please add the city in which you're going to be able to watch that screening. But all the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. And the competition closes at midnight on the 15th of December. Get in there. Will Leia, Finn and Poe unlock age-old mysteries? Or will it reveal shocking revelations of the past? You're going to have to enter to stand a chance to find out.
Find the best entertainment at new Metro cinemas. It's your scene.
From the silver screen to the airwaves, this week on the 5FM Top 40 local and international show, Man's Not Hot debuts on the charts, and SA House DJ Heavy K breaks into the top 10. But who is going to come out on top? Let's find out from the Ham Man.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Nick Hammond, and I'm back with another recap of the 5FM Top 40, the biggest songs in the world from this past weekend. And like we always normally would, let's begin by looking at the brand new entries onto the show. This one, very exciting, coming in at number 39 this week. It's Demi Lovato and Louis Fonsi, who had a massive 2017 called Échame la culpa. The second new entry pick I decided to select this week came in at number 35. It's a comedian turned rapper with a massive, probably one-hit wonder. His name's Big Shaq, the tune called Man's Not Hot.
I tell her man's not hot. The girl told me take off your jacket. I said, babe, man's not hot, never hot.
Let's check out the mover and shaker picks for the week. The first one I've gone with is a re-entry onto the charts, coming in at number 33. This is Carl Watson and Apple Goulet, definitely one of the breakout vocalists of the year. The tune is called Solace.
Is my silence. I will change, that's a promise.
My second mover shaker pick this week jumped from 34 to 26. It's new from Clean Bandit, definitely a big one for the summer, called I Miss You.
Oh yeah, I miss you. Don't try not to know.
And finally, it's time to get into the big guns, the top 10 from this past weekend. The first tune at number 10, been on the charts for 11 weeks now. It's Zayn and Sia with Dusk Till Dawn. Staying steady, dropping just one position from number 8 the week before to this week's number 9. It's Post Malone and 21 Savage with Rockstar.
All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a Rasta.
Then this week at number 8, She Can Do No Wrong. Her entire album is fantastic. If you haven't yet listened to it, do yourself a favor. It's Shakana with Suited. Then at number 7, it's Sun Al Musician and Something Soweto with Akanamali. Just outside of the top 5 this week at number 6, a former number 1 on the 5FM Top 40. It's Maroon 5 and SZA with What Lovers Do. Then at At number 5, another former number 1 from Sam Smith. It's so great to have him back in the pop charts. Too Good at Goodbyes.
Too good at goodbye.
Marshmello and Selena Gomez took the number 4 spot this week. This track, it's doing massive all around the world, is called Wolves. Heavy K, Busi and Nokwazi had the highest local song on the charts this week, coming in at number 3, one of the biggest tunes of the summer, called In There. Now sitting at the number 2 spot for 2 weeks in a row, this is music from Young Thug and Camila Cabello, called Havana.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na.
Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching me, Nick Hammond, and make sure to catch my show on 5FM Monday to Friday, 9 to 12, and of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to find out who's going to take that number 1 spot on the 5FM Top 40. Speaking of which, this past weekend, off one of the most commercially successful albums of the entire year, he's just released the remix with Beyonce. It's Ed Sheeran with Perfect.
Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Honest thieves and dirty. Ed Sheeran. Beautiful stuff. Listen, it's all about the festive season. It's time we turn our attention to the magic as we officially begin our countdown to the festive season here on Expresso, and with, of course, present mania about to descend upon our entire nation. Let's take a look and a trip to the ultimate holiday gifting destination, Woolies, for much needed inspiration indeed. And to get everyone in the mood, Zoe and I have challenged each other to a stocking stuffer face-off, if you will. So we've given each other a limit of 60 Rand. 60 Rand limit to see how creative we can be when it comes to packing each other's stockings with amazing goodies. So let's see if you can, exceed my expectations.
Well, Kat, I've always figured you for a chocolate man, so I got you something.
I'm quite contrary to popular belief. I'm not. Graham, shut it. Anyway.
So what's great about these gifts are they're
Yes.
all 60 Rand or less,
Yes.
and they're perfect to fit into a stocking. So I've opted, like a hollow milk chocolate. There's that option.
Oh, what does it say? Tummy.
Yes, it can go well into
Lovely.
the reindeer's tummy.
Oh, right.
There you
Good.
go. A gingerbread cookie. I mean, this is 16 Rand 99. This is 39 Rand. So that.
Okay, so you're staying within the limit. Nothing more than
that's
60 bucks.
Yes, there we go. So that can actually fit into your stocking.
Can it? Yes, it does.
There we go. See, it's perfect for placing it into the stocking.
There we go.
Then some mini marshmallows, some
Always
hot
need those for the hot chocolate and
A Santa chocolate, you can't go wrong with that.
Of course.
And
You're doing
then,
well
of
so far.
course,
Wow, I'm all chocolated out for
it's
the.
all the sweet treats, Yeah, that's sweet.
Graham, shut it. Goodness.
So, how cute is this? Little chocolate balls. I mean,
With
really,
the
it is all
Santa.
about the sweet treats, some candy canes, all of these things fit perfectly into a stocking.
Awesome stuff. And have you also booked my appointment with my dentist? Thank you very
You
much.
don't have to eat it all at
take
once.
that. Wow.
You can, January,
Yeah.
February, March,
We've got 2
Easter, you'll
weeks.
get
We've
refilled.
got 2 weeks, it's a very short time. Anyway, so you've done pretty well. And look, it's actually gotten all the way to the top almost.
Yeah.
If you packed this strategically, you could have made the little candy cane pick over.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, anyway.
What did you get me?
Hey, there's one more that you've left out. You've got to get that in there as well. So listen, I've also been creative, on my own. So let's show you what I was able to get with my 60 Rand budget. I'm going to put this over here. Firstly, introducing the very humble milk chocolate lolly. Yes, everyone needs that in their bag, okay? So I'm gonna put that into your stocking over here. Then, let's go with these ones. I like these. These are raspberry sprinkled vanilla marshmallows. Look at these lovely treats.
Those are pretty.
All right, so
yes.
Get tucked in there for your festive treats. And then, look at this. We've got you some dark chocolate balls right here. Beautifully wrapped, lovely 18 foiled hollow dark chocolate.
I told you you like chocolate. I'll give it a fab, okay?
Oh my gosh. And then, these are delightful. Praline stars and chocolate balls. And then, look at the container.
Yeah.
That is magical. I'm
can
gonna get it
reuse
right
it.
in there.
Are you okay?
This is absolutely amazing. Oh, do you remember mint flavored humbugs? Got you a whole can of those right here in my hand. Look at that. Beautiful. Minty flavor. Minty flavor.
Cat is crying.
No, I'm not. I'm just emotional because the festive time is a time for giving. And it's really a special time. And then, look at this. Oh, yes. This is a mind-body souffle. So it's like a body butter kind of thing, you know. So if you're wanting to treat yourself over the festive season, that is, in fact, my gifts are so large and in charge, they fit into the entire sock. Look at that, and then you hang it, and then jingle bells, jingle all the way. So you know that's a lot of fun that you can have with your family over the festive season. And what about challenging your friends and family to like a gift off? You know, set yourselves limits. Maybe say, oh, no gifts.
Bit of a budget.
Like, you know, no gifts over 20 Rand, 30 Rand, 40 Rand, you know, go to Woolies and check out how creative you can be with your gifting ideas over the festive season.
Deep breath, everyone. Right, now let's get on to banking matters. You can bank anywhere, anytime. The hot new Nedbank Money app has got us all sorts of excited. I've been putting it to the ultimate test. The way we see and manage our money will never be the same again. Payments, transfers, airtime, even electricity and managing debit orders can now all be done in the palm of our hands. Long gone are the days of having to actually go into a branch physically or a store for basic transactions. Do it all on your phone. And with the launch of this incredible new app, we have also got some equally incredible daily prizes up for grabs. If you're a Nedbank client, then download the Nedbank Money app. What are you waiting for? You can do it in your preferred app store today. Log in with your details and then simply post a screenshot of that welcome page on our Expresso Facebook competition post. This will put you in the running to win a 1,000 Rand voucher to spend and buy what you want from loot.co.za, and we're giving away a voucher every day this week. So you have to download the app and enter. It's going to change your life, I promise you. Conditions do apply, and they can all be found on expressoshow.com.
Bank anytime, anywhere with the new Nedbank Money app. To enroll, simply enter your Nedbank card number and PIN, and that's it. Download the new Nedbank Money app today and manage your money like never before.
Well, we love having fun and games on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And when we get back, we'll show you ways on how you can enter our Slam Jam competition.
Looking forward to that, and also looking forward to another live performance from the star of the hour, Mr. Jimmy Nevers. He's in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, and he's flowing. He's flowing. Where's the fan? Where's the...
Tune into Expresso for table tennis action as we host the Sportsman's Warehouse Slam Jam with local celebs trying to ace the competition. And you could make your festive season fun and become table tennis champion among your loved ones. Get a stylish new Dunrun indoor table tennis table on special now at Sportsman's Warehouse and sign up for your rewards card today. By joining the rewards program, you'll also be entered into a lucky draw. Get in the game of winning with Expresso and Sportsman's Warehouse.
Turn the track up.
Oh no no. For you, right now I'm just lying, right now I'm just trying. All I know is I'm done for you. Let me know if you feel it too. Just try, but I know you tried, and I just wanna ride with you. I know you wanna fly.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Wednesday morning. We are live, large, and in charge. Right now, you're right on time to take a look at the news headlines with my man here. G, what's up? Do it.
Let's kick it off with our national news first. The South African Revenue Service says that tax revenue collection has almost doubled in the past 10 years, with over 1.1 trillion rand collected. The Revenue Service released the Tax Statistics Bulletin for 2017 yesterday, where it revealed that collection had grown by over 74 billion rand year on year. That, or value-added tax, accounted for over 26% of revenue, closely followed by corporate income tax, which recorded a steady decline over the past decade. Then the Department of Correctional Services says former Paralympic champion and convicted murderer Oscar Pistorius has been injured in a prison brawl over the use of a public phone. Now, according to officials, the double amputee was left with a bruise after an altercation with another inmate on December the 6th. While an investigation has been launched into the assault, there are reports that fellow prisoners were angered by Pistorius' lengthy telephone conversation leading to a fight. Then a little further afield, French President Emmanuel Macron is urging wealthy countries and global companies to commit more funds to combating global warming and helping poorer nations deal with the impact of climate change. The French leader is hosting the One Planet Summit, 2 years after nearly 200 governments agreed in Paris to end their heavy reliance on fossil fuels and limit further global warming. Macron wants to show that progress towards those hard-fought goals is being made after American President Donald Trump said in June that he was taking the United States out of the pact. And following on from that, according to renowned naturalist Sir David Attenborough, the wildlife in our seas is facing its greatest threat in human history as it struggles to survive against warming temperatures. Attenborough made the warning in his current TV series, which details the damage being wreaked in seas around the globe by climate change, plastic pollution, overfishing, and even noise. And he adds that it is humanity's responsibility to care for the planet, its future, and all life on Earth. And that's where we leave our news for this morning. Let's kick off our midweek sports watch with some midweek Premier Soccer League action to look forward to tonight as Mamelodi Sundowns tackle Maritzburg United in Pretoria. Now, when the two teams met in the same fixture last season, Maritzburg held Downs to a 2-2 draw, and that saw the Pretoria side fall out of the PSL race at that stage as Bidvest Wits, of course, won the title. Also in action tonight, SuperSport United looking to get their local campaign back on track up against Free State Stars. Then staying with football, following their shock 1-0 loss to West Ham, Chelsea returned to winning ways last night and in emphatic style, pulling off a 3-1 Premier League win over Giant Slayers Huddersfield United. Goals from Bakayoko, Wulayan and Pedro, sealing the win to take the Blues now level with Man United on the table with 35 points. In last night's other EPL fixtures, we saw Crystal Palace beating Watford 2-1 and Burnley, they saw out a 1-0 win over Stoke. Then on to local cricket. We're down to the final 4 teams in the exciting Ram Slam T20 Challenge as the Titans and the Warriors get those semi-finals underway tonight. Titans head into the game as undoubtedly the strongest competitors in the tournament so far, finishing top of their group with 6 wins from their 10 played, while the Warriors saw out 4 wins in the group stages. Tonight's match at SuperSport Park in Centurion gets going at 6 o'clock in the evening. Then finally on to hockey. The Orange River Rafters were crowned champions of the Ladies Premier Hockey League last night, thanks to a 3-2 penalty win over St. Lucia's Lakers in Johannesburg. After a lengthy delay due to rain, the game had to be forced into a penalty shootout, where the Rafters pulled off that sudden death win. Well, over in the men's final, the Maropeng Cavemen, they beat out the Drakensberg Dragons by 3-0 to successfully defend their PHL title. So congratulations all round. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Wednesday morning.
That's where we'll take a look at your weather. In fact, that's where there's rain expected in the Cape Town today. However, in Gauteng, you can expect some thunder showers. That's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, cometh the hour, cometh the man, cometh the music. Jimmy Nevis is here. And listen, he's been working hard at writing music for a brand new album. And he's released a song for all of the fans out there. You did so yesterday on social media. Yeah. A song that's going to be on the album. And he's going to perform it for us right now, live. You've never done this performance before, right?
Never.
Exclusive to Expresso. Here is Jimmy Nevis with Waste Your Time.
just lying. Right now I'm just trying. All I know is I'm down for you. Let me know if you feel it too. Right now you're just lying, but I know you're trying. And I just wanna ride with you. I know you wanna fly, but I feel it when I vibe with you. And I just wanna cry with you. Wanna feel alive when I be inside of you. And even though I'm down for you, I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna see the light. Let's stay awake tonight and love me. Every now and then you touch me. You know I'm gonna make you love me. Even though you're all I want right now, I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna waste your time. No, I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna waste your time. No, 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 I don't wanna waste your time. No, no, no. I don't wanna waste your time. Oh, I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna waste your time.
What? Oh my word!
Thanks.
Okay. So new album is gonna have material like that, and that's the direction you're taking it in there.
You know, I think it's something old and something new, you know. I feel like a lot of 90s production, a lot of melancholy vibes.
Yeah.
You know, it's really just emotional and
Listen, it was a great decade of music. We got
I'm obsessed with it. If you couldn't tell, by the my vibe. But I mean, it's all about just finding that balance of the music that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And also the music that inspires me most.
Awesome. What's your December looking like? What's 2018 looking like? I know you tweeted Emo Adams. You were like, "Yo, let's rock out on this drag show together."
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so I'm down for that. I'm down for people doing dope stuff. And I think December. I mean, I'm fully booked. We have amazing shows coming up. I think we're going to be at this Sunday. There's a free concert happening at the Val Park, so come check that out. I'm going to be performing live there.
Cool.
Going to be doing a lot of my new content because I want to experiment and really get it out there.
Yeah, man.
And then on New Year's Eve, we're going to be at Lapadada Constantia. Be sure to come through. It's going to be a phenomenal performance.
Yeah. But you're active on social media. At Jimmy Nevis, people can follow you and keep up with what you are doing. And one thing that Jimmy is certainly doing is helping us all save water with his 2-minute version of Daydream. And if you'd like to be part of the movement, help the city of Cape Town, the Western Cape and South Africa save water, go into 2minuteshowersongs.co.za, download or stream your favorite artist's song, shower for 2 minutes, and make sure that you get into all those areas.
There you
go. Know, tonight is the best night of my life.
2 minutes is plenty for that. We're about to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, it's all about the food and incredible ways for you to make some delicious desserts using Clover Classic Custard.
And they really do look delicious, and I've just noticed your Christmas apron. We love our Zozo. She is here to answer your culinary questions, to answer those conundrums. It is the Culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. It's coming your way. Whether you enjoy the majesty of a mountain range or endless sand dunes, make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. BP is giving away 21 dream holidays every week from the 2nd of October until the 15th of December. Simply visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card to enter. Get your Avios card for free at BP. Activate your card and you could enjoy a travel adventure with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live for the Slam Jam, courtesy of Sportsman's Warehouse. It has returned. Before I get into my long spiel about what you can win and how you yourself at home can win this awesome done-run table tennis table, can I just lean across here and give this gorgeous thing a big hug? One of the most gorgeous new mommies to be. How's little George?
He's wonderful. He's wonderful.
How cool is it?
Amazing.
Because we came into this parenthood thing at the same time. So, Bells, so proud of you. You are just the model mom, setting the bar far too high for the rest of us. It's so good to have you here. And of course, as we do, we throw all of our celebs into a game of Slam Jam, okay? Are you a table tennis player?
I love table tennis, but it's been a while.
The way you rub your hands there actually freaked me out a little bit here, okay? So obviously you can see our leaderboard here. And what you've got to do is you're going to get 5 balls and you've got to play, you've got to serve it. So it's got to bounce once on this side and then it's got to land on this side in one of our scoring zones, okay? And in those 5 balls, you've got to accumulate a score. We've had people score Ryan Wallace of the Pundits up to 12,500. Come on, but he's a sports guy, okay?
Okay.
So I'm expecting you to just crush it, okay? There, I don't know if you can reach across. You've got a little, very beautiful avant-garde bucket with your fire. You can take the whole bucket. Take the whole bucket.
Can I take the whole bucket?
It's yours.
Okay, because I'm just...
So obviously the person who accumulates the highest amount of points gets this table for the festive season, courtesy of Sportsman's Warehouse. Okay. You guys at home also have the opportunity to win. Bales, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to crush it?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to smash it?
I'm aiming for that 4,000 in the corner there.
Whoa, man, I'm going to move out the way then. All right, it's all yours. So it's got to bounce once there and then into a scoring zone. Go for it.
Okay.
Boom, 500 off the bat. Not bad, not bad.
Okay.
Ooh, I think we've got 2,000 already. Come on. Ooh, I'm going to call that 3,000, guys. I'm going to call that 5,000. Wow. Ooh, 5,000. I'm going to give it 7,500. Come on. That was too far for me.
This is my last ball.
Last ball. You're on 7,500.
Let's do it 2,000. Let's try.
Come on. Oh, I won't fault you for taking the Tiger's line. Baby, you are good. You are good. 7,500. That puts you right up at the top of our leaderboard. But you don't win the table, unfortunately.
No, that's all right.
Oh. But here is the deal, guys. You yourself at home get to win this. What you've got to do to put yourself in the running to win a Done Run indoor table tennis table just like this one is you've got to sign up for a Sportsman's Rewards card. It really is worth your while. Even if you're not going to win anything, do it today. Enter into that lucky draw, and you can go to our Expresso Facebook page to get all of those details and the terms and conditions, all important as they are, you can find on expressoshow.com. Vales, you superstar.
Thanks.
You got skills.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Yes. Hey. It can only mean one thing when it's that time of the week. It is the Wednesday, and you know what it means. It's time for the Culinary hotline bling.
Sing, sing,
sing. It's going down. Of course, our esteemed foodster Zolanan is here to answer all of your foodster. It's a new thing now. I'm making a thing. It's so fetch. We're answering all of your foodie questions, and of course, it's all about the festive season and the most important part of what you're going to put on your table in terms of desserts, the sweet treats that everyone likes. Absolutely. So if you have any related questions to that, give us a call on 0214309881. All the sweet stuff. So how are you?
I'm very well.
How are you?
You?
Sweet thing yourself.
Oh, thanks,
if
man.
I've got those
and you are a dark chocolate piece.
We need to get off that train. So we've got some creative questions to kind of bounce around some thoughts, and the first of which is, of course, Christmas cake is always a favorite to have during the festive season. But how do you turn that into a dessert dish?
Well, Christmas cake is a dessert in itself. So you can eat it just as is.
But I mean, you can be more creative.
Yeah, you can get a little bit more creative. Usually at Christmas time, you eat it as Christmas cake, and then what happens is you have lots of leftovers. That's the thing. So you can turn it into dessert by crumbling it up, mix it with some melted chocolate, make it into little truffles, dip those truffles into chocolate, you've got a whole new dessert. You can actually crumble it again, mix it into some melted ice cream, and then freeze it again, and you've got a beautiful cassata. Look at that. Christmas cake cassata. I mean, the options are endless. Basically, anything that you would do with crushed biscuits, for example, you could do the same with a bit of crumbled Christmas cake.
Okay, wonderful stuff. That's a great idea for you. Now, one thing I've got to confess to, once my late grandmother made a Christmas cake. It was wonderful to have it while it was fresh and over the next week or so. But then I think she just kept it slightly too long. Because the last time I remember having it, it was dry and rusky and brittle in my mouth and made me sneeze when I ate it. I don't know if I might have suffered any internal organ bleeding, but how long can you actually keep a Christmas cake for after you've made it? And what's the best way of preserving it?
Well, after you've made it, I always teach you how to feed the cake. So you pour about 20 to 40 mils of alcohol in the cake leading up to Christmas. So that when it gets to Christmas, it's beautifully moist and boozy. So you can keep what?
It's boozy.
It is because you feed it. So then you can keep it up to, you can make it up to a month and a half in advance. And then feed it every week and it'll keep till Christmas and be wonderful. But what you want to do is, if you're not going to eat it all straight after Christmas, cut it into portions and freeze it. It freezes very, very well.
Even with the booziness inside it?
With the booziness, extra good.
Okay. I was just thinking now, because, I'm creative like that. So we usually feed it with like whiskey or something. What if, because a lot of people are going to have some festivals and traditional ceremonies, what if you have leftover tanka ya chibuku? I mean, the traditional beers there. Could you, hear my theory, if you were to strain the sorghum out of the drink, do you know what I mean? And then have just the milkiness there, could you feed your cake with traditional beer?
Do you know what I'd like?
What?
I'd like for you to try that and then bring back the results next year. Tell us how your family felt when you gave them that.
Point taken. But if you're not into feeding your cake alcohol, are there any substitutes?
You can make a sugar syrup, so equal parts of sugar and water, boil together, let it cool, and then you can feed your cake. The truth is, you don't really have to feed your cake with anything. There's enough sugar in there that works as a preservative that your cake will keep for, at least 2 weeks if you don't even feed it. But if you feed it with alcohol, it sort of prolongs the shelf life and stuff. Yeah, so you don't have to feed it. You could also, instead of using sugar syrup, you could actually use apple juice and sugar. You do have to add the extra sugar because that's what's going to preserve the cake. So you can't just pour, juice over your cake and think that it's going to be fine.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, listen, we're going to keep our lines open. 0214309880. 9881. What am I talking about here? It is the culinary hotline. You see, it's because you called me dark chocolate. Now I can't concentrate.
Does that make me your mocha chocolate?
You are my white chocolate.
I will be your vanilla custard this morning. That's what I will be. We are loving our classic clover vanilla custard, so much so that we want to get the last drop, the very last drop. So you've got to, by any means possible, get that last drop. So we've been having a lot of fun here with getting that last drop out of the last, and this is the last, pretend it's the last one on earth, okay? So you really want to savor that last drop. So we've been putting everyone against each other. As we do over those family festive times, the competition grows amongst the family. You guys are sisters, don't forget that, okay? But I need one winner. So the deal here, ladies, is that you've got to use whatever means possible. How you would use this, I don't know, but it's there if you need it. Whatever the head scratcher, whatever this, you can use it to scratch your opponent. What's your game plan going? How do you?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the tools now, just to try and figure out what my game plan is. But I don't want to reveal it because Zoe will take it.
Please use the rolling pin.
I know Zoe. She'll take mine.
Please use the rolling pin. One of you, Zoe. Do you have a plan?
Okay, well, I think you just want to open it. So whether it's with a knife or the pizza cutter, you just want to get in there.
I don't know. I think you talk a good game, Zoe. You talk a good game, but this is the deal. So you're going to have a limited amount of time to do it. 30 seconds.
Oh goodness!
It's all you got to get the last drop out. Ladies, are you ready?
Ready.
And then I'm gonna judge to see who gets the most in their little glass bowl. Okay. And you do start with the same amount. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Come on, girls. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds starts now. Whoa.
Sheesh. Get in
Whoa.
Zoe.
Get your microphone in there to get the sound. Oh, she is using the roller pin.
I am using the roller pin.
That's so loud.
Less custard. What is happening?
Oh, what's going on?
Get in there.
Come on.
Cut it off.
Zeeb's a beast.
What? No, sorry, let more custard.
Oh, don't spill it now that how's my countdown, guys? We must be close to the final 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lick it up if you have to. 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, my word! You got to shake hands, ladies. Shake hands as we do. Boom. Okay, so let's put it there. Oh my goodness!
Wow, Zoe, that's impressive.
I shall use my official judgment tool, and it looks like Zoe versus Zozo. Zeebs, you gotta say sister. And she's clean nothing on the dress. You got yours all over the table. That might have been the downfall there. Ladies, I am so proud of both of you. That was insane. Remember, this is the way you bring your family together. In fact, try this yourself at home to savor the last drop. With the festive season now in full swing, it's time to enjoy a few treats over the holidays. And we've challenged you, our Expresso family, to make Zola's classic custard berry ice cream cake. Follow the recipe we've posted online. Then we want you to take a beautiful pic of the finished dish along with your Clover Classic custard box, of course. Hopefully it doesn't look like these two boxes. Post that pic on the Expresso Facebook page and you could be one of our daily winners of an awesome Clover product hamper worth 1,000 Rand. That's a lot of deliciousness. Snap those pics and bring Clover home for the holidays. All the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. And of course the winner who posted their winning picture latest is Ishmael Gopal. Ishmael, you champion. Congratulations, that 1,000 Rand hamper is on its way to you. Ladies, go wash up.
Yeah.
Wash up, girls. Beautiful.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
Zoe, I had my money on you, Zola.
I had my money on me too.
I thought you had the squeezing, you had the
corners
wooden
out.
ladle, you were there.
That's the technique my mom taught me, so she needs to update herself.
Yeah, probably. Okay, anyway, we're back again in the kitchen and that number is open for you to call and ask your culinary conundrum, 0214309881. It's time for the culinary hotline bling! Sing. We're all about the desserts at your Christmas table, and right now, custard is one of my favorites that's passed around the dessert table or the dinner table or lunch table. But how do you then turn custard from what it is and what we know it to be to a delicious topping for your desserts? What ideas do you have to share
I love eating the custard as it is. You could see there. Don't worry, I wash my hands now, so don't worry, I'm not cross-contaminating anyone's life.
Right.
But I do love to have it, in trifle. We always have it in trifle. On top of Christmas cake is wonderful. Christmas pudding, it's wonderful.
Do you like yours warm or cold?
It depends. If I'm having mine with Malva pudding, which is warm, I like my custard cold.
Okay.
But if I'm having it with like Christmas cake, I'd like it warm.
Because I can literally remember like nights at home when I would just get custard, warm it up in the microwave, and just sit there with a cup of custard and a teaspoon.
So you like yours warm?
I think for the most part I do. It just takes me way back home to those days.
It's such a nostalgic flavour.
Absolutely.
So yes. Okay, so to turn it into an impressive dessert, this is a great dessert for people who actually haven't made dessert before. It's a very simple one to make. So you can actually even buy the pancakes just like this. So buy them in the freezer section of your Woolworths or whatever supermarket, and then pop them into a muffin tin.
Okay, I'll try to get it in here.
Yeah. So just stuff it in, just like that. Preheat the oven to 180.
Yes.
And then that you bake in the oven.
Okay.
Until it's crispy. So can you see how it becomes like a little basket?
Oh wow! It's super crispy.
It's super crispy already. It's like a waffle cone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's made of a pancake.
Love that.
People are gonna think that you're very impressive, but all you did is buy some pancakes and do that. But don't tell them, it's fine. Okay, so now it's really crispy, and already your dessert is going next level. Okay, so now you buy your Clover Classic custard, of course. Whip some cream.
Yes.
Pop some custard in the cream.
And you're going to fold it?
Fold it, yes.
Because you don't want to lose all that air.
You don't want to lose any of that air, absolutely.
You lost a lot of it.
If you have any leftover Christmas cake, this is the moment. You can also use it.
Oh, look at you, fanciness.
There you go. So you mix that in.
Get in and amongst these things.
In there, okay. Then you grab the spoon once you need more custard.
So, you can't ever have enough. Get in there. Yes.
So fold it all together, and then you're going to grab the spoon and spoon it, but spoon it really high because it's Christmas, You don't want to be mingy with things. Okay, you don't want to be mingy any time of the year, but like Christmas especially. Generous.
We call it stingy. What's got a stingy?
Okay, so then you fill it all the way to the top. Then, because it's summertime and there are lots of berries as well, so have some berries just to sprinkle over, or you can actually sprinkle some extra. That looks wonderful. Ooh,
excellent.
Delicious, okay?
Listen, Christmas cake with custard, cream, berries. That is what you call desserts a la Christmas.
And look at that. Custard turned into a dessert in no time. You could actually make this while your guests are there. You disappear into the kitchen for like 10 minutes. Make your pancake baskets in advance, and then you're set to go.
Quick question. Do you then, once you've done this, put this in the fridge?
No, you want to serve this straight away.
Oh, straight away.
So you can make this component, make the baskets, but assemble it just before you're about to serve it.
Okay, because obviously
you don't want it to go soggy.
Yes. Nobody likes soggy bottoms.
Nobody likes that.
All right. I'm enjoying doing this. I don't know why. It's weird. It's weird, but I like it.
It's not weird
I like
at all.
it.
It's fantastic.
There we go. Okay, fantastic. As simple as that. And then you just sprinkle some nuts over it.
berries on. Oh, we got some toasted almonds as well.
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
Simple as that, guys. So dessert is made for your table. Give us a call with your festive or Christmas dessert-related questions on 021-430-9881. We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
Who is that little face? Oh, gorgeous. Say hello, everybody. Bells, how freaking sweet is this little boy?
I am obsessed with him.
Oh, he is lovely. I can understand why. It's going to bring out all the warm, fuzzy feelings. We're going to get into weaning sense. Bells and I both following that philosophy. Definitely, we're going to chat a bit about what's going into this little belly. This little belly over there, man.
Well, the cuteness continues. We'll see you after the break.
Oh, that's a sweetie boy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Welcome back to the Culinary Hotline Bling. It's Sing, Sing, Sing. Right here live on Expresso. We had a comment from Leonore all the way in Klerksdorp. Leonore, good morning.
Good morning, Crazy Cat. How are you?
She called me crazy.
I'm very well, thank you, Leonore. I hear you've got a little comment to share with us about Christmas and festive desserts.
I know, sweet Zola. I hope you're well. I just want to say you must try van der Ham liqueur over your Christmas cake. That's absolutely fantastic.
Delicious, because that's an orange-flavored liqueur.
Yeah,
goodness,
or cherry. You must have a super day, God bless.
Thank you,
have a wonderful Christmas feast.
And to you too, be blessed. So how would you use that orange-flavored liqueur?
So in the same way that you would feed your cake with brandy, you do the same. But what people often do as well is that they flame the alcohol and then pour it over the pudding or the cake. It's like dramatic.
Fancy stuff, fancy stuff. Okay, so another concern that some people might have is they love custard.
Of course.
But they're lactose intolerant.
Yes.
So how do you kind of find them in the middle and, have them enjoy the same dessert that we love, but obviously non-lactic.
Yes, of course. So if you can't have the regular Clover Classic, you can actually use Clover no-lac milk to make your own custard. Ooh. And it is simpler than you think to make your own. Okay. If you want it as thick as the Clover Classic, you must add a little bit of corn flour and flour to your egg mixture. Okay. But if you want it just to pour over desserts, it's fine to be this sort of a thin coating. So all
there are times when I've got to admit, I like homemade custard, and there's times when I like it in the box.
Exactly.
It all depends on my
mood. There's a time and a place. But if you are lactose intolerant, you're going to want to make it yourself with this the Clover no-lac.
Cool.
Okay, so you take the no-lac into a pot. With a vanilla pod, or you could do vanilla paste,
Get all
or
of
you
it
could
in
do some
there.
vanilla extract, or you could do some vanilla essence, depending on what you have. Okay, grab the whisk.
Now comes
sugar.
the
So those are egg yolks and some sugar. Like I said, if you want it thicker, at this point you would add some corn flour or some flour and some flour. Okay.
You used a very fine sugar just now.
I did, but you could use regular granulated sugar because at this point when you're whisking, you're going to dissolve the sugar anyway.
Okay.
Also, there's heat application, so the sugar will melt. Okay, so once your milk comes to scalding point, once it's warm, basically, then you're going to take it and you're going to pour it while you whisk. Make sure you're whisking while you're doing this because you don't want it to split, of course.
Yes, or curdle.
Or the same thing.
Is that the same thing?
The same thing?
Sorry.
Okay, so then once you've done that, you pop it back into the pot. Okay. Then you switch to a wooden spoon because wooden spoons get around the corners.
Oh.
And you stir gently. Gentle heat because you don't want it to split or curdle.
Yes.
Until it thickens. You'll know that it's ready. Once you lift the spoon, you run your finger across and it doesn't come together. So this is still very runny, so it's not going to... Yeah, and this is the consistency
that you're looking
that you want for pourable custard.
Look at that.
Okay, so
that is just delish.
So when you see how it
it's amazing. Yeah. It's like science.
Have a taste.
I love it. May I? Okay, let's go here.
Delicious.
Oh yes. Listen, do you like your services for Christmas dinner? Do you do that thing? Where I call you and I'm like, hey, I need Christmas lunch and can you help me?
No, I also have family and I also want to be treated at Christmas.
I was just asking. Okay, but anyway. You can keep on giving us a call just like Leonore did right now on 021-430-9881. We're talking about Christmas and festive desserts here on the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Turn.
Well, Zola, you deserve the very best this festive season, but it's now time for our How to Shine with Mac, the kitchen cleanup time. And weekends, it's great for a breakfast fry-up. I'm talking about scrambled eggs and bacon. But the thing that's never fun is washing up the pans and that bacon grease and egg residue. And I mean, those foods make cleaning up a big struggle. And we're here to help you lighten the load with Mac.
Yeah, and in my house, you cook it, you clean it, baby. So let's get with bacon first. Crispy bacon is my favorite, but it creates a big fatty mess. What do you do with all that grease in your pan? Well, if you aren't going to save it to cook with it a little bit later, you have two options. First, pour it into a can or a jar and throw it out later, or let it cool completely in the pan, then scrape out that solid fat into the bin. Never put bacon grease down the drain, ever. It will solidify in that drain and can cause massive problems. It's going to harden up and it's going to clog your drain. This is actually I've experienced this firsthand. It's nasty. Okay, and then remember, bacon grease tends to also splatter all over the stove and counter. So clean that up, let it cool, and then use a damp sponge, a few drops of Mac, and then just wipe it all up. Mac has a very high foam formula with active lemon that works as a great degreaser. And to clean up your pan, then add Mac to hot water, pop your pan into a foamy sink, let it soak for just a few minutes. That's all you're going to need. Then wash and rinse off. Everyone loves eggs as well. How do you clean an eggy pan?
Well, you know what? There are various ways to do your eggs. You can scramble it, fry it, poach it, boil. But egg residue is probably another nasty thing to clean. Its residue is, it's hot water, scrubbing, and even lengthy soaking. But a fact is that eggs are unique due to its high concentrate of both protein and fat. And washing egg residue off is tough because the combination of fats and proteins, it really is insoluble and impenetrable by water. But don't worry, a detergent like Mac can really penetrate and break down the protein, lipid, mix. And now for your egg pot. If you don't have the luxury of owning high quality non-stick cookware, then try this. You pour enough water into the dish to cover the burnt egg. You add a little bit of mac. You turn on the stove on high and you place the pot back on the egg, well, at least back onto the stove, and bring it back to boil. And when the water is boiling, turn the stove down and allow it to simmer for about 10 minutes. And then
just cook that dirt away. I love that.
you cook it away. And before you know it, you can just put a wooden spoon over it at the top of the pan, and boom, you should be left with it, at least being clean again.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And then you want to make sure that you scrape the bottom of the pan with a spatula that's not going to scratch the pan to remove that final film of egg that's left. Finally, remove the pan from the stove, pour out the hot water, soap and egg residue that you have removed, and then soak the dish in a foamy sink and wash with a sponge. Then rinse and air dry. It's as easy as that. So that's your breakfast cleanup done and dusted. Now, the good news is, to help you on your way, we're giving away a fabulous Mac hamper every week. To stand a chance of winning, you've got to SMS the keyword Mac to 33728. SMS is going to cost you just $1.50, which is nothing really. No free SMSs, sadly. And all the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. This week's giveaway ends at midnight this coming Friday, so start entering.
For every dish, for every occasion, Mac makes it easy for you to shine.
You know what? I've got a confession to make. I think Zola was like leave my hand, was a parent's worst nightmare as a child. Please tell everyone what you just told me, what you used to do when your mom used to make jelly at home.
I quite enjoy sticking my finger in jelly, in said jelly. It's like a comforting thing. So she'd make a bowl and I'd be like,
after that beautiful thing I said to me, just destroyed. Anyway, we're talking all about Christmas and festive desserts. Give us a call on 021 4309 881. Earlier on, we made non-lactose custard, right? So what other desserts out there can you make if you are lactose intolerant, but you still want to enjoy delicious desserts?
You're not really deprived in that much, in that many ways, I should rather say. Once you've mastered the art of making custard, you can make things like ice cream. So basically, that's what ice cream is. It's frozen custard. So you can make ice cream, so you're no longer deprived of that. You can make chocolate mousse if you liked. Our food assistant says that you could make cheesecake, but she uses this she soaks cashew nuts in water and then blends them all together. For me, that's not a vibe. Okay, but if it's a vibe for you, you go ahead. So you can make cheesecake. So your options are endless. I think as long as you have the no-lac and you've mastered the art of making things using the no-lac, you could make endless desserts. Are you alright?
No, I feel like my science teacher cheated me because somewhere in one of those classes it should have been revealed that ice cream is just frozen custard. I didn't know that.
I'm so glad I did that for you. Happy Christmas.
Thank you. Roxanne wanted to know about non-traditional trifle ideas. Could you maybe expand on that?
Yeah, I love trifle because it's so diverse. You can do whatever you want. I mean, think about it. Any flavour you can apply to any dessert, you can actually put into a custard. So think, Malva pudding. What makes a Malva pudding is sponge.
Yes.
It's a bit of custard.
Yes, caramel.
A bit of nuts for some people.
Yes.
Layer it. It's a trifle, Malva trifle.
Yeah.
You could do peppermint crisp
trifle.
I
love that.
Layer up the ingredients.
That works for me.
It's a trifle.
Yeah.
Let's make a classic one though.
How about we do that?
Yeah,
how about we do that right now? Is that what we have prepared here?
We're going to make one here. There's always, for me, custard, trifle isn't trifle without jelly.
Yes.
So you've got to have the jelly.
Have you stuck your finger in this one?
I haven't, shall I?
No, please don't. Thank you.
Okay, then you always have to have cake of some sort. So the idea with trifle is to make sure that you layer it really nicely.
Could you use your leftover Christmas cake?
Of course you could.
Get in there.
Of course you could. Look, another idea of how to use your leftover Christmas cake. And then I always love to have custard in it too. So of course you could use your Clover Classic custard, which you're going to pour on top for me right now.
Pour your custard.
Or if you're lactose intolerant, like we said before, you could actually use your homemade custard.
You got the green stuff that looks like jelly. I can recognize
green
that.
gauge jelly, yes.
And the bottom there?
The bottom here is actually a panna cotta, but you could also use a pudding of some sort. You could actually start the layer with cake or start the layer with fruit as well. So it's completely up to you. The whole point though, but you got to go around the edge because the whole point is to get the layers.
All right, there we go, Kat. You master thing person.
Look at there. Look at that.
We're getting creative now.
Yeah. And what's great about trifle as well is that you can make it in advance. All over. You can make it in advance and keep it in your fridge and it'll keep just fine. What people like to do as well is soak the sponge in alcohol or juice or whatever you like. I don't like the sogginess of that it does to the cake, so I leave it out, but it's completely up to you if you like.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, and then you can do some aerosol cream. Get some nuts for us, get some fruit for us, start scattering over the top
We
there.
are the scatterlings of Africa. Hey, each and every one. Oh, mama, yeah. Is that all right?
That looks good,
I
yeah.
just,
And
I
then
just used all the nuts
some
now,
fruit,
sorry.
some fruit on top, just to make it really pretty. And then I'm going to do some cream.
Okay, we gotta hurry up. Oh,
There we
look
go,
at that.
look at that.
Oh, now you're being creative. Look at you, CICA person. There we go.
And there you have it.
So
Classic-
simple as that.
Classic trifle.
Yeah. So thank you so much for all your knowledge regarding desserts around our Christmas table. And I hope that has inspired you at home to treat your family and treat yourself. Treat yourself, all right? We'll be doing this again one more time next week, right?
Yep, one
for
more time.
our last culinary hotline bling. Sing.
Well, don't miss Afternoon Express with Chef Clem Pedro, who shows us a few more great uses for Clover Classic Custard, besides enjoying its delicious and rich flavors straight out of the box. Now, simple yet brilliant ideas for this festive season, so make sure you do not miss out on Afternoon Express.
I'm just getting to know little Socks Miniature over here. George, you little beaut. Can you see the full outfit? Daddy dressed him, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to get into baby business with Bailey in just a moment. So cool to have you here. And really is amazing to see this gorgeous little thing. And then we're going to give you guys the opportunity at home to win yourself a summer inflatable. We put them to the test yesterday. They really are cool. You want to stick around. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. It is a beautiful Wednesday, and how lovely to be among you ladies. And this little cute boy, oh my gosh. Now, you remember that last week we started a conversation about weaning and gave an overview of what weaning actually means for your baby. Now, today, co-authors of Weaning Sense, pediatric dietitian Kat McGaw and occupational therapist Meg Forer are back with us to delve a little deeper in and touch specifically on weaning stage 1. Now, we're also joined by new mom Bailey Schneider and her son George, who have just begun their weaning journey. A very good morning to all you ladies and to you, George. He's such a well-behaved little boy.
He really is. Touch wood. Let's not jinx things.
Yes.
He's a really good boy.
He's got massive style as well. The swag on that little boy. All right, ladies. So let's get into this and first talk about your book, Weaning Sense, which covers all the stages of weaning in depth. And one that you refer to as stage 1 is the ready stage.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about this ready stage and how you go about preparing food that is smooth enough for baby at the time.
Yeah, so the ready stage is really an experimental stage. It happens between 4 and 6 months of age. All babies are different.
That's
so some will,
pretty soon.
well, some will start earlier at 4 months, and some will only start closer to 6 months. And in that stage, the focus is not on nutrition. It's actually just focus on experience. So it's just experiences of different flavors, different textures, and that's really what the ready stage is about.
This is when you should be whipping out your phone to take all those YouTube videos and Instagram videos.
Absolutely.
You give them the lemon and go, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also the other thing with the ready stage is you want to introduce foods that are potential allergens as well. So you basically exposing the body to a variety of different foods, and parents don't need to be scared of food, and especially foods that contain proteins like your fish, your eggs, your chicken, those type of foods that people used to be so fearful of giving their children in the past. We really encourage that you start introducing them within the ready stage.
Yeah. All right. Now, Bailey, when you and George started your weaning journey as well, I'm sure that you had a couple of questions to ask. But tell me first about your experience. Has there been any surprises when you fed him stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, he likes this, he doesn't like that?
Well, we started at 4 months and he just was not ready. It felt like I was traumatizing him, so we stopped. Oh yes, you have lots to say. So we started at 5 months and that was much better. But I think my question is, he didn't show the obvious signs of being ready, and he still acts really surprised every time we give him something. Do you persevere, or do you stop and wait for him to show those obvious signs of being ready?
I think that the age group is important. So if he's between 4 and 6 months, you do want to start seeing, if they're not like overtly wanting food, you're going to start seeing where are they at on that readiness scale. And you did the 100% correct thing by realizing at 4 months he wasn't ready at all, but you only knew that by offering it.
Right.
You stopped it, you backed off, and then you retried again. And I think that's also a very important message, is that you don't have to, once you start, persist and persist till everything is traumatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're not necessarily, every baby is going to have different ways of experiencing food and that next step, depending on their little personality.
Okay.
Guys, fortunately, I'm quite an expert in baby. It's one of my first 4 languages that I spoke. And what George is basically trying to say is, guys, you are really testing me right now. You got my favorite ingredients on the table. Can we please use the baby bullet to make my favorite treat? What is it?
It is steamed apple and pear with cinnamon. He loves that.
All right. Well, can we see how we make that and make it suitable for George right now, who is kind of, like you were saying, not completely showing the signs of being ready, but he's almost there, right? Yeah.
It's literally been in the last week that he's got really excited about food, but it's taken us a good month of trying.
Okay. So what do we do?
So you're going to use the lovely thing with this baby bullet is you can control the texture.
Yes.
Which is fantastic, and that's why we've really enjoyed using it with the recipes in our book. So we're going to add a little bit of pear, because this is his favorite, the pear and the apple.
Yes, pear is my favorite.
And these two flavors are sweet, and so they're quite unchallenging for little ones. So they'll engage with them easily. Does he love sweet flavors?
He loves sweet flavors, and so that brings me to the next question. I obviously want him to be balanced, and I want him to have a taste for savory and sweet, but of course it's very easy just to keep feeding him the fruit, which obviously he loves because it's sweet.
Yeah.
How do you...
So a good option with that is to actually start to mix in some veggies as well. So you could make like a pear and sweet potato with the cinnamon.
Okay.
So stick 2 flavors that you know that work for him, and then add in a little bit of a challenge flavor, like the sweet potato, and you'll start to see that he moves onto veggies as well, quite nicely. And also some meats as well.
Absolutely. I feel like it was a victory. We tried spinach and sweet potato the other day, and he loved that.
Oh, fantastic. Can I put some water in there for you, Kat?
Yeah.
Are you going to...
Get some water.
Okay, get some water. There we go. And what do you got? Some
cinnamon.
There we go. There we go.
I think it's important
George, what do you think?
to try with different
Is it looking like the way Mommy usually makes it? Do you like what's going on there? What do you say?
As good a job as your mom.
He's smacking his lips.
Yeah, I see that. He's like salivating.
But this baby bullet is a game changer.
Yeah, it
really is.
So the nice thing is you can pulse it.
Oh, okay. So if you wanted a bit more coarse, then you can do that.
And then you can
How do you like yours, George? What? Yeah, you like it smooth? Okay. He likes it smooth. Fantastic.
At this stage, I probably would be going for quite smooth flavors. But what's great about the baby bullet, like Kat said, is that you can get a bit of texture coming through. And if you don't get some texture coming through, you then end up having a baby who's fussy for textures later.
Okay. All right. Well, very, very quickly, let me give you a little surprise, because you have the opportunity to win your very own baby bullet. What you need to do is head on over to our Facebook page and then post a picture of you and your little baba, and then tell us what would be the first meal that you would make in your very own baby bullet if you were to win one. As simple as that. And make sure to use #babybusiness in your entry, and T's apply, and can be found on expressoshow.com. Ladies, thank you so much. And that book would make quite a great Christmas gift, I think, for all those mummies and daddies out there taking care of little ones. So thank you very much. George, thank you very much. You've been amazing. Bye. Say bye to the people out there. Bye.
Oh, he's such a little Socks. And Socks, well done on dressing him this morning. Well, I think for a lot of parents out there, maybe dressing your child is a fun way to pass the time over the holiday period, but there is a lot of stress that comes with all of this extra free time. And I think the added responsibility we as parents feel about having to look after, entertain, stimulate our children over this intense festive period that sometimes is not so festive. Laura Markovitz, certified parenting coach, has been counseling me as we sit here. It's been wonderful to connect with you. First of all, just to recap, why do we get stressed out over the holiday time?
Yeah, well, as I was chatting about earlier, it just really does bring up a lot of, it puts everything, as I said earlier, on steroids.
Yeah.
So our financial stresses, our relationship stresses, the responsibility to our kids, we're tired, all those sort of things really come to the fore when we now are during the festive season, when we're meant to be these happy, connected people.
And with a child, there's nowhere to hide. They're always on, and you want to feel like you're always there and present and connected. But truth be told, you've got to be able to kind of find time for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where we have to start, actually, because if we're not finding time for ourselves, there's absolutely no way that we can be the present, engaged, connected parents that we want to be. And to be honest, we can't strive to be the connected, engaged parents 24/7. That's not a healthy expectation to have on ourselves, and it's not healthy for our kids to think that they're going to have us 24/7, because that's a totally unrealistic representation of the world out there.
You might be doing them a disservice long term, actually.
Absolutely.
So on the flip side of that coin, therein lies an opportunity. We've now got this creative free space for our children to maybe find themselves, grow themselves. How do we kind of broach that side and give them the opportunity to become more independent?
Yeah, so I mean, here you are during holiday time, and I think we've got to be careful of, as parents, thinking, oh, I've got to occupy them 24/7 and I've got to bring out all the stops and bring out the acrobats of earlier and think that we've got to keep them entertained. I think what's important is we've got to allow some space for boredom, and we all get very nervous, don't want them to be bored, but actually allow that space for them to be creative, to just relax after a long, busy year of lots of structured activities, that they now get the opportunity to find what they want to be doing and to be doing that in a boundaried way. So I'm absolutely not advocating set them free and just let them go. Absolutely not. They absolutely need to benefit from the boundaries that we set for them. But within those boundaries, they have space to find some independence out there as well.
Yeah, and also I think just be ever mindful of the idea of safety at this time of the year, because that is I think a concern that every parent should be thinking about their child's safety as a paramount anyway.
Yes. I was going to say, I mean, it's something that we are obviously always cognizant of, our children's safety, but it's something that we have to try and balance, because we don't want to be absolutely bubble wrapping our children and going completely neurotic. But at the same time, we do have to be realistic and think of them on the beaches, in crowded spaces, in airports, all those sorts of things. So we do need to apply our mind and be thinking about this and prepping our kids for these kinds of times.
I love that. Just be mindful, but I think take on board that you've got to spend a bit of time working on yourself as well. Laura, you're an absolute genius. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful festive time. Don't get stressed out. Spend some time rejuvenating, and hopefully that's given you guys a jumping off point, somewhere to start with de-stressing over this festive period.
Well, I'm sure, as you can tell, summertime and the living is easy. No, Cape Town is moody like that, but it's fine. When the sun turns out, it is an absolutely beautiful place. The weather is hot. People are relaxing. And what better way to relax in your swimming pool, or even in the ocean, if you like, than with one of these wonderful inflatables that come in different shapes, sizes, animals, food, whatever you like. They are super stylish, as they are comfortable and great for your Instagram as well.
Oh, my favorite.
Exactly. And here's a great thing for you, is that Sportsman's Warehouse is giving you the chance to win one of 7 of these wonderful inflatables to style up your festive season.
That's right. Well, all you have to do is head on over to Sportsman Warehouse's Facebook page. You play the inflatables game, but you need to remember to pause the game once your favorite inflatables in the swimming pool. You take a screen grab of that and you post it on our Expresso Facebook competition post, and you tell us why you love that inflatable, and it really is that easy for you to enter. But of course, all of those T's and C's and more information can be found on our website as well as our Facebook page.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. We need to get out of the rain. Zoe's hair's mincing.
Woo.
Very good morning. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for what has been the funniest show, I think, of the year, to be quite honest. And we'll leave it right there. But we are giving you guys the opportunity to win and win big over and above the 300,000 Avios points that you can win just by swiping your Avios card when you fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP service station. We are going to give you the chance now to pick a box. So yes, by now you would know that BP Fuel My Festive is awarding customers the chance of winning 300,000 Avios points to put towards your dream holiday anywhere in the world. By entering, you also stand a chance of winning the opportunity to take a part in our Pick a Box competition, where we are giving away really cool prizes from loot.co.za, BP and Avios points. Tons of Avios points in here.
Obviously. Obviously.
Obviously.
Joining us on the line right now, Jacob Masemola, who entered the competition by filling up with 400 Rand or more and swiping his activated Avios card at a BP petrol station. Jacob, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
So good, so good. Great to have you on the line. So you know how it works. If you're watching your screen right now, you'll see we have spelled out Expresso in various boxes, and what you need to do is choose one of the letters in the name Expresso. So what will it be, Jacob?
Espresso.
Yes, so which letter in Expresso would you like to choose?
Okay. Let me see.
It's either EXPRESSO. Which one is it?
Yes, I can see that.
So,
it's a tough one. It's a tough decision.
Which one are you going to choose? X. I heard the X. There we go. Let's open it up for you, sir.
X has been good to people, Jacob.
And show you really what you have won yourself. Jacob, you've just got yourself 10,000 Avios points!
Yes, sir.
Yes!
Beautiful.
So that is all yours, and of course, remember, you can use those Avios points in exchange for flights, for accommodation if you are on holiday. What is this as well? Can you believe it? There's a double whammy 500 Rand cash prize, courtesy of BP Fuel My Festive is all yours.
Nicely done, Jacob. Congratulations, sir. Keep entering, keep swiping. You could win even more. Now we're going to join our next winner on the line, Mr. Trevor Mchali. Trevor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Trevor, you sound pumped up, my brother. I hope you are. You now get to choose a letter out of the word Expresso. X has been taken, so X is off the table. Which letter would you like to choose?
Double S.
The double S. Here it is. Boom. Let's see what you have won, sir. All right. You have won yourself it's one of the big ones, a Joseph Food Store carousel valued at 1,300 Rand. That's a glass storage jar set with rotating base. Congratulations, sir. Well done.
Yeah, it's that easy to win with Express, and don't forget to swipe your Avios card when you fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP to be automatically entered into the BP Fuel My Festive competition, as well as stand a chance of winning the incredible prizes right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do it before the 15th of September when the promotion ends, and of course all the T's and C's that apply can be found on expressoshow.com or bp.coza.
Aviosly.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP, swipe your activated Avios card, and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Well, guys, it's been a fun show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Don't miss tomorrow as we have Goldfish joining us in studio. Nice. And of course, JP Sebastian reviewing The Last Jedi.
Oh, that's going to be a cracker. Thank you so much to all of our guests today. Thank you two, for just the funniest show ever.
Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. We love you. Bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.